duty tour. Presenting her letters to President Akufo-Addo, Madam Fahad Aisha said that Pakistan is on course with building strong relations with Ghana on all fronts of diplomacy. President Akufo-Addo said Ghana is pursuing her Beyond Aid agenda and building stronger relations with Pakistan in trade and investments. Gabon's ambassador-designate to Ghana, Togo and Benin, Mr. Said Abeloko, was the last to present his credentials to President Akufo-Addo. Mr. Abeloko will oversee Togo, Benin and Ghana.
Dr. Kofi Kodia-Sapong is the new Chancellor of the University of Professional Studies, Accra, the second Chancellor of the university. In his inaugural speech, Dr. KK Sapong pledged to support the setting up of the Chancellor's Endowment Fund of 20 million cedis to sponsor research work at the university, among other initiatives to come on stream to propel the UPSA to higher heights. The Vice President, Chief Justice, President of the National House of Chiefs, Ministers and other dignitaries were at the ceremony.
Holding the office of
Dr. Kofi Kodia-Sapong is an astute business executive with 35 years of top management experience with 8 companies. He has also served on the boards of 21 different companies and organizations. Dr. Sapong is a chartered accountant and holds a Doctor of Philosophy degree in Industrial and Business Studies from the University of Warwick and an Honorary Doctor of Letters degree from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He also holds a Master of Arts in Ministry from the Trinity Theological Seminary, Legon. Dr. KK Sapong also has a Master of Accountancy in International Finance and International Accounting from the University of Glasgow, Scotland. He also holds Master of Business Administration and Bachelor of Science Business Administration degrees from the University of Ghana. Dr. KK Sapong is now the second person to serve as the Chancellor for the University of Professional Studies, Accra. The chairman of the UPSA Governing Council, Dr. Kofi Ohene-Kunedu, said Dr. KK Sapong's wealth of experience will step up the university.
Dr. Sapong is not a stranger to UPSA. He has taught on our professional programs in the past and more recently continues to be a friend to UPSA. And we have no doubt that as he embraces his new role as Chancellor of UPSA, his commitment to this great university, our vision and mission will be the driving force for all his initiatives.
Dr. KK Sapong said he is ready for the duty of moving up the current status of the university to become a preferred institution for many.
During my tenure as Chancellor, I will work tirelessly with the Governing Council to set up the Chancellor's Endowment Fund for research. My target is 20 million cedis. The establishment of this fund will assure the university of a steady income dedicated solely to research. I have absolute confidence in both management and the Governing Council to propel the university to greater heights. Management and Council can always count on me for advice or advocacy.
The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, challenged the new Chancellor to use his office to support the university to produce students who will play key roles in national development.
It is my hope that under the stewardship of Chancellor KK Sapong, UPSA will keep soaring and become even greater than it is today. May UPSA continue to produce graduates who have been groomed and shaped to take the abounding opportunities and possibilities for higher achievement through innovation, creativity, and who will help to generate prosperity and create wealth for our people.
Dr. KK Sapong takes over from the Swapolo of the Se to the Shai traditional area, Drolo Boso Adamte. He will serve as UPSA Chancellor for the next 5 years.
You can also find us on DSTV channel 278. Now, as we continue with our series on landmarks, we'll take you to the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, now an interchange. It was constructed in the 60s to ease the traffic flow for many vehicles who ply that route daily. As Accra expanded with vehicles and persons, it became necessary in 2013 to begin the reconstruction of the Nkrumah Circle into a 3-tier interchange. Both the current and old edifices remain iconic landmarks of Ghana's capital. It is nicknamed Dubai. We're taking you on a ride through the Kwame Nkrumah interchange here in Accra. And now to some foreign news. To neighboring Nigeria, actually, at least 35 teenagers have been rescued from a so-called baby factory in Nigeria. Essentially, women and girls are kept to give birth to babies for sale. The authorities said 4 of the girls in the building in the southeastern state of Anambra were already pregnant. 3 suspects have been arrested and accused of abducting the teenagers, as well as engaging them in sexual slavery, prostitution, and operating a baby factory. The police recovered 3 guns during the raid on the building in the town of Nkpo near the commercial city of Uchinsa. These facilities are usually operated by human trafficking gangs in buildings disguised as maternity clinics or hotels. Despite frequent efforts by the authorities over the years to shut them down, they continue to operate, mostly in secret. Poorer nations say rich ones are betraying them by dragging their feet on paying for centuries of climate damage. They were hoping to get compensation talks onto the official agenda for November's COP20 climate conference. But on the final day of climate talks in Bonn, that is in doubt. Developing countries say they are reeling from climate change caused by richer countries' emissions over hundreds of years. They say they need money to deal with the impact of climate change because they suffer the effects more than richer nations and have less financial capacity to cope.
Developing country participants say climate impacts on their country are more severe than on the richer nations, and they have less financial capacity to cope. The developing nations argue that the climate change they are experiencing has been caused by historic carbon emissions that originated in richer countries. They say that Europe and the US have a responsibility now to pay for these losses and damages. The US and Europe don't agree. They fear that if they pay for historical emissions, it could put their country on the hook for billions of dollars for decades or even centuries to come. The issue came to a head at the 2021 UN Climate Conference in Glasgow. known as COP26, where what's been termed a climate compromise was reached. Poorer nations hope that climate talks in the German city of Bonn would formally put loss and damage on the agenda for political leaders due to meet at COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh in November. If no progress is made, many participants say this would be a significant blow to unity ahead of COP27.
Felicity Ahafianyo, our weather woman, joins us with today's weather updates. Felicity, good morning. What's in the weather for us?
Good morning, Valerie. Yes, today is going to be pretty good for us. We are going to have mostly cloudy sky with the sun smiling on us. Temperatures will still be mild across the 16 regions. We are still expecting the sea to remain rough, but then we don't have much rainfall clouds over the sea. The fisher folks can go for fishing, but they have to do it with caution. Likewise, those of us over the Volta Lake. Temperatures for today will be similar across the 16 regions, ranging between 29 and 31 over most areas. Then towards evening, we are anticipating a weak storm that is coming still in Nigeria, though around 5 up to 8 p.m. thereabouts. We are expecting it to engulf the eastern flank of the country, stretching from the north to the coast. So we should expect some rain in the country in the evening to the dawn hours of tomorrow.
Right, Felicity. Thank you for those weather updates. And kindly let us know where we can find the minute update and the 6-hour updates you mentioned yesterday.
Yes, you can get them on our website. You can get it on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram addresses. So anytime, the morning one is always ready at 5, the afternoon is ready at 11, and then the evening one is ready at 4, but then you'll get it at 5 p.m. So any of this time they will get it. And also on our WhatsApp page, the number is 0302777172. You will get it on the WhatsApp too.
Right, Felicity. Thank you for those updates. And that was Felicity Ahafianyo, our weather woman from the Meteo Agency. You're still watching GTV Breakfast. We are very, very interactive. If you go on Facebook, we are the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. If you go on Twitter, it's GBC Online. Instagram is the GBC Ghana. And of course, if you look for the hashtag GTV Breakfast, you can join the conversation. And our WhatsApp number is very, very active on 055-5561034. CAF is getting ready to have a conversation on tech. And our favorite tech guy, David, is already in studio. And so that's a conversation to look forward to after this break.
From 1921 to 2021, to our centenary has been amazingly worthy. Azar Group is 100 years and continues to achieve greatness.
Main brands which were in the company are Azar Tex, which is an emulsion paint, texture paints, which we were the first people to produce it in Ghana, and Azar Gloss, which is oil paint. We were the first people to produce the carpenter's glue. Now we have new products like silicone paint.
Join Azar Group celebrate 100 years and to create another brilliant 100 years together.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sunana Sheikh Armiya Shu'aib, kakakin National Chief Imam. Dukkanmu muna da labari cewa jakadan da ke kulawa da kiwon lafiya sannan da ma'aikatan da ke kulawa da kiwon lafiya yi buki na buɗe kai na alluran COVID-19 a cikin watan Maris na shekara 2021. Tun da aka yi wannan bukin buɗe kai, miliyoyi daga cikin 'ya'yan ƙasa sun yi wannan alluran. Ni kuma ina farin ciki in tabbatar muku cewa ni kuma na yi. amma cikin wannan halin da muke akwai kuma miliyoyi daga cikin mutane 'ya'yan ƙasa waɗanda ba su yi wannan alluran ba. Kada ka yarda tsoro da zance na ɓace-ɓace ya hana ka yin wannan alluran. Maganin allura na COVID-19 magani ne ina da inganci, yana da ƙarfi, kuma ana yin shi ba tare da an karɓi kuɗi ba. Saboda hakan nan ka yi ƙoƙari ka haɗa kanka, kai maka kawo kanka don a yi maka wannan alluran da kai da iyalinka. Ka tabbatar ka kula cewa dukkanmu ba mu da fita face kowa daga cikinmu ya yi wannan allura. Ka yi ƙoƙari ka dunga sa takunkumi na fuska don ka kiyaye kanka. Ka wanke hannunka da sabulu ƙarƙashin ruwa wanda yake mai gudana, sannan kuma ka kula da yin tazara tsakaninka da mutane. Ka yi ma kanka garkuwa, ka yi ma iyalinka garkuwa, saboda don mu dukanmu mu samu kiyayewa ga barin kamuwa da wannan ciwo na COVID-19.
Good morning. Good morning. Get up, baby, the word is styling. Get up, baby, the word is styling. I say get up, everybody. Get up, everybody. Get up, baby, the word is styling. Get up, baby, the word is styling. I say good morning. Good morning. Get up, baby, the word is styling. Get up, baby, the word is styling. I say get up, everybody. Get up, everybody. Get up, styling. Get up, baby, the word is styling. 'Cause it's good morning.
Classic from Chin Band. Good morning. Yes, it's a classic from Kojo Entry. It's 6:30. You are watching the favorite way to get late for work. This is GTV Breakfast. Follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. That's how you can catch up with everything that's going on. And the hashtag is GTV Breakfast. Still to come, conversations with Jackie, not Jackie Chan, but Jackie the singer, the Ghanaian singer. Yeah, and Samini as well. So it's a musical morning, this beautiful Friday. But for now, we're looking at issues of tech. And my guest is David Jedu from DK Cyber. They do all things tech. David. Yeah, good morning. What's up?
Good morning, Kaf.
How secure is your password?
Aye.
That is what we're dealing with today. I mean, for example, before we even jump into you giving us tips, why is this important?
All right, thanks, and good morning to our viewers. You know, Kaf, I always say the difference between your account and my account is password. Before a hacker or someone can intrude upon your privacy on the social media or any platform, if the person have your password, he can get access to everything. So since now we use tech and we deal with tech, everything, this morning, probably someone is watching us through Facebook. It's through technology, and you've logged in onto your account. And what did you use? You use your login details, and the very important one here is the password. So a lot of people complain, DK, I have been hacked. You checked, and the very common thing is the password. So password authentication and password management is very key today. If you want to use this tech stuff, then we need to know how to set strong password. Okay. Yes.
What are the most common and the weakest kinds of passwords?
Your English name plus maybe a number 1, 2, 3, maybe David 1, 2, 3,
okay.
And I will show you. Then you see why we are saying it's weak and so, how long even it can take a hacker to hack such password.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why do people just come up with such weak passwords?
You know, Calf. One I think is lack of education because the way they think that on the internet or when they have the account, no one can do anything to them. So okay, let me use a password I can remember. So you see, they use common stuff like their name and their date of birth, and all those details. So you give it to the platform when you were registering or when you were inputting, when you are beginning to go with them. So those things are very common. Password like their name 1, 2, 3, admin 1, 2, 3. Those things, they are very common.
All right.
Attack on you can get your password shown to a hacker.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now I see an interesting screen here.
Yeah.
How secure is your password?
Yeah.
Take the password test.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on.
All right. So what's going here will be on Password Monster. Now this platform is a very good website or a platform that help us to know that our password is secure or strong. Maybe I have set a password I think is strong, but it's not. Assuming here this morning I come here, right? So you go to passwordmonster.com, right?
Okay.
Now we have shown password, right? I can hide the password, but this one we've shown a password that you can see what we are doing here.
Okay.
So assuming this morning I have my touch bar here, assuming I want to set a password like David, right? So here, come to David, right?
And
sorry, so let me delete David.
Okay.
Right. Now you see here, even this one, it takes 0 seconds to hack this.
So easy.
So easy. Okay, let me add a number like 1. What happened here?
Nothing has happened.
Still weak.
Still 0 seconds.
Still weak.
Okay.
So let's add. So you see, it takes 0.3 seconds for someone to hack this account. Do you know why here? Calf, when you are setting the password, now we have some elements. Now we need to check the number of letters we've used. Now this, if you can count, is less than 12. So this 8.
It's 8 characters.
So let's try to make it, let's put in other stuff. Make it, let's say, now you see?
Now this is going to take you an hour to crack.
To crack this password.
David 134 TRE11.
But one thing is missing. So let's try to add the second step, that is using of these signs.
Okay.
All right.
The
add signs and this stuff. So let me use it here.
I think you shift and then hit shift and see.
Let me see if it's going to work.
Okay, let's see. Let me help you.
Yeah, it's going to work.
Is it going to work?
Yeah.
How do we get?
So you see
that's
here.
Okay.
So just add change makes a difference.
10 hours.
10.
Now it's going to take someone 10. Who's going to spend 10 hours to enter your?
You see, so we can still go ahead and add some letters.
Okay.
So let's try to make some.
376 years to.
So
11,000 years, man.
So, Kaf, you see, this is why we say use strong password. Okay. Now, the element here is that we have small letters, we have numbers, and we have signs, and we have capital letters. And the key here is that it's more than 12. So if you should count this, it's more than 12. Right. So if I want to set a password, Kaf, this password is hard for me to remember. Right. But I can do something. You know, setting a password is a strategy.
Okay.
We said that we can use a phrase. So, okay. At CAF 98, maybe 1984 happened, and I just remember. Then I add a time. So I would just, maybe the happiest day in my life.
Okay.
Right. So let's say the happiest day in my life, let's say 2010.
Okay.
Right. So I want to set a password for you, CAF.
All right.
And let's see how strong this password will be. So I will say caps. So I say CAF. Right. And A, the A here, instead of A, I'll do it at. Let me do the shift. I'll do it at. Right. So the A here has become at. Right. Then I'll do the kafui. Right. Right here. Then I'm saying that it was the happiest day in my life. So CAF, the happiest day in my life was 2010. That is October. Right. So that one I can decide to make small. So here I can do caps again. And I'll do the October C. Right. Capital O, then I'll do CT here. Right. Still going, I'm not done yet.
Right.
Now, so I'm saying
it will take me 3 years to crack this.
Yes. So now you see, getting this, I'm using something that happened on my happiest day.
Okay.
And your name is CAF, happened on October.
Okay.
Right. So October, it was 2010. So I'll just say 10. I'll just say 10. Right.
17 centuries.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet, CAF, you see.
Okay.
So this is the reason why. So you see here, we have small letters.
Yes.
We have capital letter. Though the password here is no more than 12 or 16,
it's already
but
quite
it's strong.
It's strong.
You get a point. So sometimes it's not about how lengthy, but advice is don't use any password less than 8 characters. And the good news is some of the platforms, even they won't allow you to set password less than 8 characters. They have it in their firewall that 8 letters less than 8, they shouldn't accept it. So they will ask you, add some. And even the good news is some of the platforms to ask you, if you have not used any of this, they will flag you.
Okay.
But some of the platforms who don't have those features. So that's why we need to set this.
This is actually a really smart way because you are tying the remembering of your password to an event. You know, so instead of you thinking of numbers and letters, you're thinking, okay, when was that event? Then you put it inside.
You put it inside. Okay. There's another smart way, CAF, here. Let me show you this. So let me delete this. Right. I want to set a password. Right. And I have written my password down. Maybe I'll forget. Okay, so my password is David at maybe something. Right, so let me write a password. Let's say this. Let's do this. I always try to use, okay? Then see.
Small letters.
Right.
Okay, so David.
Let's do at again. Let's do the ads, okay? Okay, here we are. So let's try to add some numbers to it. Let's do this.
It's still not quite strong.
Yeah. So let's try to add other stuffs. I just want
to. The challenge is, how do I remember this one?
Okay, so now this one I was just putting in the password, but let's use a good password. Let's use something that we will remember in our. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this. Okay, David.
Okay.
All right.
And you're going to mix it up with your. Okay, so David. Good.
Okay, David. So let's see at. Right. Then let's see. Let's say number.
Okay.
Okay.
16 hours. It's not bad. It's a medium strength password. 7 days. You added a symbol.
Yes. Let me add another. Let's say DA.
All right. So 2 years.
I have a password like this. Now I can write this password down in a notebook. I don't want to forget. Right. This is the password I have set. But when I'm putting in this password to my social media, I will say start from left to right. So now I have written this password out. David at that. There's it. But if I'm inputting this, if I'm setting this on my social media like Facebook, Instagram, I'll rather start from here. Backwards. I'll start from backwards because I have written the password down in a notebook. I have saved my password
on my phone.
What happens if my Gmail is hacked? Some people save their password in their Gmail. Me, if you get my password, you cannot still log into my account because I can say start from a midpoint. So there's always a midpoint for my password. I'm starting from at here. So I know midpoint left to right. So I start from at, go here, and come back. You understand?
Okay.
So I've written the password in my Google account, of which is not advisable, but we can't pay for password managing apps, right? So we are looking smart way that we have written password down. In case someone chances it, he cannot still use it because in my mind, I know that all my password move from left to right.
Okay.
So you can see my password at Kafude GTV, but I don't start from at Kafude. I start from backwards.
Or midpoint.
Or you set a midpoint for yourself.
And go there left or right.
Left or right.
Okay, so this adds another level of security to your password.
Right.
Those of you who are just joining us, we're looking at password security, password strength, and you can join us by phone. The number is 054-366-4264. The number is on your screen right now. 054-366-4264. Those of you who are in the bathroom and you can't see my face, I'm repeating the number 054-366-4264, and you can call and get all your password queries answered by our password doctor, our tech doctor, DK Simon. The number is on the screen right now. Again, 054-366-4264. Anything else you want to show us?
Yes, Cav. See, over the years, we have something called data breaches. We have a lot of systems that has been hacked. Talked of the LinkedIn, the Facebook, and most of them are sold on the dark web, right?
What is the dark web?
All right, Carl, you know the internet surface, we have it in 3 layers. What you and I browse through, Google, Facebook, Instagram, they're on the surface web, right? We have the dark web that is beneath it, and that holds almost about 70% above of the internet. So what we use is just a minor of it. You understand?
So the dark web is, what's going on in the dark web?
Oh, everything is there. If you want to get anything, and they use it for normally for bad stuff, but we go there for research sake. You understand? So it's the
dark web. You've been there before?
No, I'll go there at least every week. I go there.
What do you see there, man?
Right. So dark web, you can see, you can go and buy an account. You can go and that's where they sell all those accounts. You can buy an account. You can buy Croon, Visa card, and all those stuff. Those bad stuff. But before you go to the dark web, there are some protocols you need to follow. You can't go to the dark web through your Google Chrome or your Safari. You need to use a Tor browser. We'll talk about that later, Calf. So let's come here.
All right, you take me there one of these days.
Yeah. Even today, if you want to go there. All right, so here I have a password, Calf. We have this password. We want to check if this password has been used before or has been made before. We go to this site.
And this is
Have I Been Pawned? Right.
Okay. Have I been pawned? Have I been pawned? Is PWND.
Yeah.
Okay.
.com.
And then what happens here? So you put your password in here.
So when you come here, normally you come to the it takes you to the home. But you can see here, you are here. It's /password. That means we are on a password level.
Okay.
Right. So here we want to check our password. We want to check our password here. So here, let's see. I have a password. Here, unfortunately, you cannot see what we are typing in, but you see it on the screen whilst I'm typing it. So I have a password. Let's say David 123. Let's type here.
Okay.
So D say A V I
D 1 2 3
1 2 3.
Okay.
Then I go here
and click on pawned for you. Pawned. Okay.
So
no.
You see?
The password has been seen 5,025 times.
So if you use this password on a dark web, you have all those passwords there. We have what we call, when I'm doing a dictionary attack, we have word list. All the password that has been breached before, hacked before, we have the database, and you can easily get it. You understand? Even the calibers, you have it built in. You understand? You just get Chrome, you get them. So when I do this, I can just run this on your account. If you use such password, it brings them. So when you set a password, it's advisable that you come to such platforms. These platforms.
Have I been pawned?
Password. Right. So that you check if your password has been used before. Now let's try to check this password. Right. And do it
for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so change it.
So let me change this password.
Okay.
Yeah, then let me set something.
Hundios one.
Hundios, right.
Okay.
Right. So let me do at, then come here, caps.
DFG.
I'm just typing something.
So random letters.
Random letters.
And characters. Okay.
Yes. Let's work.
So hit pond?
Yes, let's see.
Good. No pond is found.
Secure. And this password too, you say you forget. That's why when you use
how do I remember this password?
That's why I showed you a simple way. Use a phrase.
Okay.
Right? You can use a phrase, something that happened.
Okay.
A good day, a bad day, you know,
yes.
the day your girlfriend, you broke up with your girlfriend. You can use all those stuff, right?
You'll never forget.
How would you forget this stuff? You use that and you copy it in a phrase, then you use it for your password.
Okay.
Because password security is very important. Every day we receive message. Now Facebook hackers become very common. They try on us, but it's because of some strong password we use. That has been the secret.
Okay.
You understand? So we need to use strong password.
So this is have I been pawned? Pawned is PUWNED.
Yes.
And .com. And the other one was password monster.
Yes, password monster.
Okay.
Then you come to password because you want to check your password.
Exactly.
This site is used for a lot of stuff. This morning we are talking about the password. So when you come here, you go to the password, right? Then you put in password.
All right. Anything else you want to show us this morning?
Yes, Calf. We are talking about passwords and authentication, right? So I want to take you through Instagram and Facebook. Then we'll see how we can actually put security measures on this platform, because this has become the very common way that these hackers they take it from us.
All right.
So quickly, we can go to Instagram, right? So I'm doing this from the PC, right? I'm doing this for the PC. So can you just click on the sign there?
This?
No, here. Okay, here, sorry. So come here.
Okay, good.
Then I come to settings here.
Okay, settings.
Yeah. Then it open. I wait open for me here.
Okay.
All right. Then I come here. I come to privacy and security.
Okay. What do you want to do here? Privacy. Okay.
So here, I was looking for this.
Two-factor authentication.
We've said about this several times. When we talk about account security, we have some measures. We have two-step verification. We have the biometric verification, of which you know is on our phone. We can use fingerprint, face ID. Those are kind of security measures. And we have the captcha. You know, sometimes when you're logging into a platform, they ask you to type some numbers, right? You use them. So here, you come to the two-step verification quickly. You come to edit here, right? So you see here, we have set the two-step verification already.
Okay.
So assuming someone is able to even get our password, of which they can use some advanced way to get the password, they will still send you a code to your phone to authenticate it.
And once they don't have your phone,
they can't access it.
So I get those messages sometimes.
Yes. So here, that is it. This is the recommended way, but it's the easiest way that they can also go around it.
Okay.
What you can also try to use authenticating app.
What does that mean?
All right, Cap, we have a lot of authenticating apps. We have what we call the Authy, we have the Google Authenticator. Now, those are apps that generate unique code every second. So those ones, you have the unique code in there. So you use the app. When someone tries to log in on your platform, you having the app on your phone, you will see. So because this one, the code is being generated every second.
Okay.
So every second you have the code to protect yourself. But the danger is that when you lose that authenticating app,
you're in trouble.
You are in trouble.
You can't enter your own thing.
You need to keep the authenticator app.
Okay.
Right. So you need to keep the authenticator app. So that is it. So that's why so that's what I wanted to also do on Facebook.
Okay.
So Facebook too, you go through the same process.
Same process.
You go through the settings.
Okay.
Then you go to two-factor authentication. That will help us. Not only here to WhatsApp too, very important.
Very important.
WhatsApp.
Let me announce the numbers. Phone lines activated. Call David right now. Ask him your questions on password security. 054 366 4264. Emmanuel is on the line. Emmanuel, good morning. Where are you calling from? What's your question for David? Emmanuel, good morning. Emma, good morning. Emma, bye-bye. Keep calling 0543-664-264. We've got some questions for David. Throw them to him. Anything else you want us to know?
Yes, so that was it, the password and the Facebook one. So you can go to
Facebook.
Yeah, you
so
can
similar
do
thing.
It. Yeah,
so what I click? What I hit this?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
And go to
settings,
go to settings, privacy.
privacy.
Go to settings.
Settings. Okay.
Then I think I'm there now.
Yep, you are in.
Okay, here I have cool stuff. I come to security and login. Right, there's an important thing here I want to show people. Right, so let's see. Let me try to bring this thing down here. So now you see here, Facebook keep track of every device that access our account. So you could see here, Windows is active now. That means they are using this account now. A phone will use this account. So assuming someone try to log in,
yes,
you know,
you'll get that notification.
No, you come here. Sometimes what they do is, sometimes when they know your password and you've not done the two-step verification, they can use your account and they are not there to hack you, but they're DMing people on your behalf. So you see, they will go on a deal with someone. You don't read your messages quite often, so they will chat people on your behalf. By the time you realize, they'll use your account to do
money from you.
Yes,
send money to a number.
Yes, so every time there's a device logged onto Facebook, your account, you come to where you've logged in,
and you see it.
Then you see all the devices logged on here.
Okay.
So if you come here,
let me take Emmanuel. We'll continue.
Okay.
Yes, Emmanuel. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Emmanuel. Hey, Emma, you're playing hide and seek with us on this. Try again.
All right,
Emma.
So assuming you come here and you see a phone or a device logged onto Facebook, and that is not you, you can easily sign the device out.
Oh, you can sign it out.
You can sign.
Okay,
you
good.
can just take the device out.
Good stuff.
So here, you can just sign the device up. So normally, when you use phone, when you are using phone, normally we use mobile phone. If you use phone, you see all at the side there. You click on see all. If you don't want a device, you just click there will be a button there. You click on it, then you go to log out. The reason why we came here is this one, Calf.
Now Isaac is on. Speak to Isaac. Isaac, good morning. Welcome to the show. Tech Matters. We're having problems with our phone. Oh. Isaac, can you hear? Good morning. You are live. What's your question? What's your question to David?
Okay. I did the two verification. The two verification I've done is by once a while. Hello, I can hear you.
Yes, go ahead.
I did the two verification, but once a while, anytime I'm trying to open either WhatsApp or Facebook, then it will demand for the password that I set. Is it normal?
Yeah. All right. So thanks, Isaac. So on WhatsApp, it's normal because they want you to remember the the verification code you use. So that is a way to also help you to remember. That they normally is not. They don't have timeline for that, but often they can ask you to input in your two verification code. But on Facebook, they won't ask you unless someone tries to log in on your behalf, and they will send that to you.
All right.
Normally ask you, yeah.
Great stuff. I hope you got that clear. 0543 664 264. That's the number. When you get through, please drop the volume on your TV set to 0 so you can speak to us through the phone. Questions on password security. And we've got Augustine on the line. Augustine, good morning. What's your question to David? Turn the volume down to 0. Augustine, speak to us through the phone. What's your question for David on password security?
My question is, the two-factor authentication app is worrying me because anytime when I enter the app, they try to ask for a security key. So I wanted him to know maybe what can I do? What can I do?
On which platform, please?
Anytime I try to open one SB, they try to ask me for.
Which platform are you using?
One SB.
1xBet.
1xBet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you've set your two-step verification on it, and they ask you that you put in your key, your PIN.
Yes.
Okay, so definitely then it works like the WhatsApp. So sometimes they want to authenticate that it's you because someone can pick your phone, know your lock, and can try to go to those platforms.
Okay.
So what is the security or what's the mechanism to show that that is you, not the other person?
They
just verify.
Okay. What is 1xBet?
I think 1xBet is for the betting.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
all right.
betting, yeah.
Okay.
People want to get money.
Want to get money, okay.
Yeah.
0543 664 264 is the number if you have any password security issues. Well, the password doctor is here, David Jedu from DK Cyber, to answer all your questions about two-factor verification, how to set strong passwords. Remember the website.com is one of them. Who's on the line right now? Good morning. Bernard, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
What's your question for David?
One of my daughters is complaining that somebody has hacked WhatsApp, and so I want to know what can I do before she can get back.
All right. So quickly, did she enable the two-step verification?
Yeah.
If that yes, then you can get it today. But if not, you get it 7 days, right? So if you have enabled the two-step verification, what you have to do is just delete WhatsApp in your mobile phone. Go to the app, the settings on your phone. Go to the apps, then delete WhatsApp and install WhatsApp again. They will give you the verification code. Then you put in the two-step verification that you set. So there's 2 codes here. WhatsApp will send you their verification code. Then you also get two-step verification from you. But if you do not enable the two-step verification and a hacker takes it from you, they will enable the two-step verification on your behalf. So now they claim ownership of your account. Exactly. So that means you can report to WhatsApp, but it takes 7 days to get it back. Okay. And that has been the base or the standard. That's why we are preaching that enable two-step verification on your WhatsApp, because now WhatsApp hacks too is very common.
Good advice, and stay through to the end of this segment, which ends pretty short. Then you get David's number, so you can get in touch with him for consultation on issues of tech matters, not just password security, but a whole lot more. Okay, we've got the last caller, who is Sadiq, I believe. Salam alaikum, Sadiq. What's your question for David?
Please, my name is Frederick, not Sadiq.
Okay, I've given you a new name. Frederick, greetings. What's your question for David?
My question is, a friend sent me a link that I could play a game online, and when I play the game, I'm get money, as in USD. So after playing the game, money, unless you have a to withdraw the money. And after playing the game to that amount too that I got to, I'm supposed to refer a lot of friends before I could withdraw the amount. And I did the same thing too, and I was able to refer the number of people they wanted me to refer. Now the thing is that I couldn't withdraw the money because they told me you have to take 60 days, or maybe unless I pay 25 USD before I could withdraw the amount. But some of my friends are now telling me they have issues when they want to open their Google account. But before you could access it, unless you log in Google account and password, they say no. And I want to ask, and then should I change my Google account, or I change the password? Should I do something about it?
Okay. Dave, you got the scenario?
Yeah, I got it there, and that is a vulnerability. Because see, Cav, they are exploiting us because they see that today we need money. So a hacker sitting somewhere can just develop an app, and you play the game, then they ask you to, because they want a lot of people to come on board. You will never get the money, right? It's a poisonous scheme, right? It's a poisonous scheme. So what happened then is, even when you are installing such apps, they bring you keyloggers on the app, on your mobile phone, and spy apps. So right now, your phone might be even infiltrated with some kind of keyloggers or malwares on your phone. So what he has to do now is, the pretty good advice I'll give him is, he should back up his files, try to reset his phone, and also use you can create a new Gmail account, or can scan the Gmail, because what happens, some of those apps are very dangerous. They will even record your screen to give it to them.
Okay.
So you have to be very careful about that. Those apps that promise you that play a game and they will give you money, most of them, if you don't know about it, you don't go into it. There's no easy way around making money online.
No, it's hard. Making money is hard. Yeah. Thank you so much, David. Remember those websites, passwordmonster.com, and then have I been pawned? Pawned is PWNED password. It will show you whether the password has been used before. And then the first one will show you how strong your password is. Set a strong one. 12 characters is great. You can give yourself instructions to start from midpoint and go either left or right. Make it harder for these criminals to enter your devices. David's details will be on our Facebook page, and you can get all the information about DK Cyber. What's your last word before we go for the weekend?
All right, so we have to keep our password safe.
Okay.
We have to stay strong online today.
Right.
Please, we shouldn't give up for these scammers and hackers.
Okay.
Right, but before I sign out, happy birthday to Bright Answer, the CEO and the director of Alpha Video Guitar.
Awesome.
It has been a blessing to me.
Amen, amen. Any Father's Day, Father's Day for somebody?
Yeah, so happy Father's Day to my old boy.
Okay,
Kenneth
what's
Jedu.
his name?
Kenneth Jedu.
Wow, we salute you, Daddy. Happy birthday. You have a great son here. He's teaching us lots of things. We've got sports news at 7 o'clock, 7:20. I'll be sitting down with the ladies to talk the news. We've got Samini in the house. Samini Mini as well. It's a nice, cool, chill. It's like you're driving and you're 7. That's the kind of Friday we have. You stay with us. Don't go with us. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. This is GTV Breakfast. We the chill. What's he say? Sports news next.
Welcome back. It's now time for the Breakfast Sports. I'm Valerie Danso, and you can catch us on the go on Facebook as the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation or DSTV channel 278. Now, the Black Starlets of Ghana are expecting to surmount a difficult test against Togo to enable their qualification to the semi-final of the ongoing Under-17 WAFU Zone B tournament in Cape Coast. The Starlets lost their first game by 4-2 to Nigeria, while came off a 3-1 defeat from same opponents on Tuesday. After days of intensive training, host Ghana will face Togo at 4 p.m. this afternoon in a must-win encounter to book their place in the semi-final. The team has received a number of visitors to motivate them ahead of the game, the latest being the MD at their resident hotel, Ruth Gansa. According to the players, they are poised to beat Togo and sail through to the finals of the competition.
Someone may need break. Mama, intimidated. Nigeria is very intimidated because you can't but challenge about but the some of finals we can all pack number one. You didn't lose your second match. It's the same. The said you came to win, you didn't come to play. You see, that is the spirit you should take. Namuma or doctor with unity, nothing can. Priority bakwa ebebu, balkabua, ebuda. So that should be your focus. And then fight. What's it? Niasa no man say, Naniakana, young woman. We are going out to the fight.
Memphis Depay has arrived in Ghana to begin his vacation after a long season with Barcelona in the Spanish La Liga. The Dutch-born Ghanaian touched down on Wednesday night and will be in the country for a couple of weeks before the start of the new season. Depay will also be engaged in philanthropic works and will meet the leaders of the Ghana Football Association to discuss how he can help football in the West African nation. The Netherlands star has a Ghanaian father and spent his holidays in the country at the season. The former Manchester United star had a decent first season in Spain, scoring 12 goals in 28 La Liga games. He was also in top form for Holland in the European Nations League with the Dutch national team, scoring 3 goals in the last 3 matches. And now to the Premier League. The 2021-2022 Ghana Premier League rounds up on Sunday, as all matches are expected to be honoured at the various league centres across the country. However, the Asante Kotoko vs Accra Lions game will open the Week 34 fixtures on Saturday at the Accra Stadium The rest of the matches take place on Sunday. The Porcupine Warriors were crowned champions at the Babayara Stadium last week after they won the league with 3 matches left to complete the season. The final game will determine the last team that will join Elmina Sharks and Wafa to relegation, while they await the last team to join newly promoted sides Samatex and Kotoku Royals in the league next season. Coming up are the fixtures on the table. And so it begins. Legon Cities FC versus Karela United. This is on Sunday, June 12, 2022. Aduana Stars versus Bibiani Gold Stars. Brekum Chelsea versus Dreams FC. Real Tamale United versus Kit Faisal. Ashanti Gold versus Bechem United. Mediama SC versus Accra Lions. Wafa versus 11 Wonders. Ashanti Kotoko versus Elmina Sharks. And Great Olympics versus Hearts. Coming up is the table. On the top of the league, number 1 is Asante Kotoko. The 2 is Mediama SC. Number 3, Bechem United. Number 4, Karela United. Number 5, Hearts of Folk. Number 6, Great Olympics. Number 7, Ashanti Gold. Number 8, Legon Cities. And number 9, Brekum Chelsea. And again, Diana Stars, number 10, 11, Bibiani Gold Stars, number 12, Accra Lions, number 13, Dreams FC, number 14, King Faisal, number 15, RTU, and moving on to the lower 3, number 16, 11 Wonders, number 17, Wafa, and 18 is Elmina Sharks. Sprinter Benjamin Azamati finished 4th with a time of 10.15 seconds in his first Diamond League race in Oslo, where he took part in Thursday's Oslo leg of the Wonder Diamond League event in the men's 100-meter race. Azamati has run a personal best time of 9.90 seconds this year, and that time earned him a spot in the event where he came up against some of the best sprinters in the world, including Andre de Grassi of Canada and Akan Simbin of South Africa. Olympic gold medalist Andre Grassi clocked an SB of 10.05 seconds to win the event. The event is expected to be part of Azamati's preparations for the World Athletic Championships and the Commonwealth Games. The Oslo event follows the previous meeting in Rome, and after Oslo, the circuit will head to Paris, Stockholm, and Shanghai for the next 3 races. The Egyptian Football Association has dismissed national team head coach Ehab Galal with immediate effect after less than 2 months since his appointment. The 54-year-old was handed the Pharaohs job on April 25, 2022, following the departure of Portuguese trainer Carlos Queiroz, who didn't extend his expired contract. Galal played only 3 matches since his appointment as head coach, where he won once and lost the other games. The Pharaohs needed a last gasp goal before beating Guinea in the opening group game of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifications. Egypt suffered a shocking 2-0 defeat to Ethiopia in the second game, which led to the decision to let him go despite being in charge of the team for just over a month. The 2022-2023 Premier League campaign has been announced for the unique season that will include a mid-season break for the World Cup in Qatar. There will be no top-flight games after the weekend of 12 to 13 November until 26th December because of the World Cup. The first fixture takes place on Friday, 5th August, when Crystal Palace will host Arsenal. Champions Manchester City face West Ham away on the opening weekend, while Liverpool play at promoted Fulham with Nottingham Forest and Newcastle. The World Cup, which will feature both England and Wales, starts on the capital.
This is the breakfast show. Coming live from the capital. This is the breakfast show.
cry. Run on my pamper, so we try our suicide. Yeah, let bygone be bygone. I didn't see what the bottom gonna do. We go straight to stardom. And I go take you to next level. My baby, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The energy next level. Back baby, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll take you to next level. My baby, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't quote next level. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Oh, today he has been extra sweet, and the way he looks at me.
I have done everything by the book. It's on. Hey, but I have to get some condoms, Charlie.
Using a condom will protect you and your partner from HIV, STIs, and unplanned pregnancy. Condoms are an effective way for protection against HIV infection. Don't take risks. Use a condom every time. Always come prepared.
This advert is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission and Ghana Health Service.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Lufat.
Injija woman malaria enka won to them. Lufat, a malaria drop recope.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a two malaria sententem. FDA, Ashasa, a Jedi in Kratway Ajatus.
From 1921 to 2021, the journey to our centenary has been amazingly worthy. Azar Group is 100 years and continues to achieve greatness.
Main brands which were in the company are Azar Tex, which is an emulsion paint, texture paints, which we were the first people to produce it in Ghana, and Azar Gloss, which is oil paint. We were the first people to produce the carpenter's glue. Now we have new products like silicone paint.
Join Azar Group celebrate 100 years and to create another brilliant 100 years together.
Hey, tell me more. Tell me more. Hey, tell me more. Tell me. Beer.
Bema wa worry me. Watch me you come 1 week Mr. WBT. Oh. Now who papa?
Yes. Oga, na dey. Senior, name me ma cut down my business is a collapse my house am pam. So who take quick credit in Ghana? Quick credit? Yes, quick credit. Who pesika? E dey atre odwadiem. We a government and a private worker. Who pesika dey ate hot so. We bosumi adwuma. Who ye sika dey bibi ntempai so. Quick credit be ma loan. E mo tua ne kakra. Na enije sem kese ne say a collateral free loaner, susu, savings, account opening, and a deposit as MBL. You hear me say, Ghana card. 2022 year, 1 year Juma, now one hour young. Who need excuse here? Quick credit to 03022 00390 and 05969 20833. Personal quick credit.
Hello. Yes, Daddy. Oh, Siti. With your voice, no teaching my okay. I can't live without you. Talk to me.
Daddy, the money.
Oh, yeah. I'm a. Thank you too. Mobile money for you. Now that you'll be able to me. What is it? Have you real phone? Yeah, me and my wife. Who is it?
It's your Beneto. You think slave queens are cheap?
Oh.
Just use ZPay to send me 1,000 Ghana cedis. After all, the charge is only 5 cedis.
No problem. Come inside. Surprise visit.
The money.
Oh, okay. ZPay mobile money.
Thank you so much. I can even use the same ZPay mobile money to pay my bills. Now let's
Dial *270# to pay all your bills with ZPay mobile money. ZPay Shatumu Direct.
Ago! Listen, I have good news for you. This is guaranteed to make you rich forever and ever.
I know what you're searching for. I'm alerting you.
Ajay, madam, please. QNet does not make false promises.
What did Mama tell you?
Report suspicious activities at 0256 630.
Coming live from the capital. This is the Breakfast Show.
My neighbor.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. It's a good morning, and we serve you breakfast.
Not just any breakfast.
Sizzling helping.
Yeah, all the time. Okay, let's take a peek. I brought my spine.
There are certain things that we do to help the children with their brushing.
And there's much more on offer on GTV Breakfast.
You want it served buffet style?
On-site restaurant.
Complimentary breakfast?
Off of your plate chicken vegetables.
So in my lifetime, I haven't seen Ghana Black Stars win an African Cup.
Can I show what is written on the box?
Yes, definitely.
Where's the camera?
Just stand and turn.
So what's your pleasure than Botras, yeah? At that time of the morning. So never skip breakfast.
On GTV Breakfast.
From Monday to Friday at 6 a.m.
We've got you covered with a trusted team.
And today we have two top musicians, all Ghanaians, landing on the set. Jackie with Forever, and Valerie will be having that conversation with Jackie in Your World. And I'm sitting down with Samini, yes, for a big conversation on what's happening with him, music, student politics, farming. All your questions, just send them to us. The Jackie questions, the Samini questions, 055-556-1034. Are you the only one, or was it just me? Was I the only one who was suffering from mobile phone constipation yesterday. My messages were not coming through. I mean, this morning, I'm getting messages from yesterday at 10 p.m. I mean, it was MTN. MTN was giving me wahala yesterday. Serious one. And it's like they gave them a pegative, and then now the bowels are free. You know, so I'm now getting my messages. It was really frustrating. I'm getting yesterday's messages today, but hopefully the problem is over. You know, these days we are married to our phones. Everything is happening on our phones. So welcome to the show. We've got conversations coming up, music in a while, but now let's look at what's happening in the headlines. My guests are ready to do the business. Hajia Hamdatu Ibrahim is with the Convention People's Party, who celebrated their birthday last Sunday. And Vera Ridu is a member of the MPP, and they are celebrating their birthday next month on the 28th. Your 30th birthday. Yes. So 30 versus 73. Ladies, salam alaikum, good morning, welcome.
Walaikum salam.
Good to see you.
Very good. Good to see you.
I'm loving the browns and the greens. yes, my funky guests. Okay. So before I even get some from you, let's go to the motorway, because the motorway has been the constipation of traffic was also happening there, but that was vehicular traffic. It's been very bad for those who live in Tema and use that road to connect between Accra and Tema. It's been really bad. But I believe there should be some good news, depending on where you're coming from. And my man Jay is on the motorway to give us updates on the renovation of a particular bridge area. Jay, good morning, and what can you report?
Thank you so much, Kafi. Good morning and welcome back to the Accra Tema motorway. Earlier this week, it's been a total, how do I put it, the traffic on this stretch has been massive. Fortunately, the repair works we reported on earlier have been done with. That was because of the bridge that the emergency reconstruction was going on. That's right behind me, and the work has been done. The last time we were here, the reinforcement, the site engineer assured us they will set the concrete, and once it settles for 48 hours, then the road will be opened up. And indeed, the roads minister was here yesterday, and he assured the general public that the road will be opened up, and it has been. This week, traversing this route has been quite severe for commuters in terms of the traffic. Even last night, on my way home, I tried to pass here just to find out exactly the kind of inconvenience that commuters go through. And I spent almost an hour before I got even to the 18 junction where the abattoir is. So you can imagine from the mall area, the toll booth area, coming all the way towards Tema, you can imagine the kind of traffic. So for commuters who are coming from Tema this morning, once they get here, I urge them that they slow down a bit, because the repair work has caused a bit of a bump. So they just need to slow down a bit, go over it. It dips on the other side, then they can continue towards Accra. I want to say the traffic is over and down with, but that is not the case, because with the benefit of the eye in the sky, you notice that for those who are coming from the Tema area, when we arrived this morning, there was still huge chunks of traffic for those who are coming from Tema. At the moment, it seems to be going smoothly, owing to the fact that the road has now been opened. Some commuters were asking if the repair work is any good, and would they even fix the rest of the road, because even though this side has been fixed, there are still a number of potholes and other emergency works that need to be taken on the motorway. On our way here, for instance, this morning, we had to dodge this huge crater. I don't want to say pothole before we arrived here. And I also side with that commuter that this place, there's still some more work to be done, even though this one has been fixed. And of course, some people are shouting that the road needs to expand, because a motorway that has traffic, is that one still a motorway? Some of them passing, such sarcastic, ironic comments towards the once they saw us over here. So just ahead of me, the diversions that were created earlier have been blocked. And to ensure that commuters do not use these diversions, now that the road has been fixed, the police are standing by to ensure nobody impugns on traffic regulations and tries to use that side as a shortcut or anything of the sort. And owing to their presence here, nobody's using the shoulder of the road like we usually see on the motorway. So I just want to say the road has been opened. So if you want to use this side this morning, or you are afraid you have to use alternative routes like the Tema Beach Road or the Spintex Road, you can use this side right now. It has been opened, the road has been fixed, and commuters it's open to traffic now. You can use the road. So that's the update we have for you from the Accra Tema Motorway Cafe. back to you in the studio.
Good news and good job, Jay, for reporting on that. So hopefully that should ease the traffic situation on the motorway. You're still in traffic because of whatever reason. Let us know. Park and send us a WhatsApp message if you're driving. Okay, or get somebody who is not driving to send us a message. 055-556-1034. Back to my guests, Haja and Vera. Quick comments on the motorway. I'll start with you, Haja.
Yes, I think yesterday I saw the. Good morning, Kafu.
No, good morning.
I saw, I think, the minister.
Yes.
Saying that even he will sleep there to make sure the work is done. I think we have to congratulate the minister for doing that, because I think he didn't sleep when he heard about it. Me, one thing about me is that I don't really care whether it's MPP, NDC, CPO, or all the P's and C's. But if it is something that will near to the benefit of ordinary Ghanaian, I think I'm for it. So I think Honorable Amankwata did a yeoman's job. That's why I'm coming to. I think contractors have to be up and doing. If you are given some job to do, you don't need a minister to come and be on your neck before you perform your duties. But I think because of the cry of the ordinary Ghanaian, that is why I think the minister moved to site. To me, yesterday I watched it on TV. They were pouring concrete on some slabs and then iron rods or whatever. And then you could see the pain in the face of the minister.
Because we should. He's not a foreman.
He's not a foreman. You see, we should try and punish people when they go wrong. Contractors are giving contracts. Why are they sleeping on the job? Why are they not doing the right thing? When I watched the other side, I think that's the Nungwa side of Beach Road. People were crying because the Chinese to heap some sand on the other side. Water would have flowed if not because of the sand that was there. When the people complained that the engineer is not there to sort of direct where the sun should be put, we see it is not right. It is not right. So I think what will be the payments of the minister? I'm asking this question because he's not a foreman. He's not an engineer on site. So the time that he was supposed to use to do other work, that will sort of move his policy. He had to waste all those hours at that place. What is the consequences of the lackadaisical attitude of the contractor on site? So I want questions. I want answers from the site engineer, and for that matter, the contractor who was, and they didn't do it. The minister had to be there to do what? To do what? So, but you know, I'm saying this because you heard what happened last week. Freho or something when they were calling him MC, and he was saying that Mau.
Yes. He said
he's dead. So which means he didn't even care about what the people were talking about. Compare him to this minister who moved to make sure that things are done. That is why I want to do it.
Very, your quick comment on that. Motorway is open. Good news. It's not always bad
very,
news.
very good news. Let me say good morning to you and your crew and my wonderful big sis Ajia and everyone out there. I think they need commendation for this job. It's a big relief to the drivers who use a stretch of road, and I think big thanks to government, to especially the minister who was on ground to ensure that the right thing is done within the shortest possible time. And I think it should transcend to other sectors as well. The sense of urgency to get things done and to alleviate the plight of Ghanaians at all levels. I think that, like Ajia said, we have that kind of lazy attitude across the country. You go to a lot of offices, and if the head is not there, work is not done. You go there, and then they are just wallowing around, just waiting for the clock to tick for them to leave the offices, and it's bad, and it affects productivity. So I would also take another angle and then encourage everyone out there that we always point fingers when there are challenges, but we should also be responsible and do as much as we can. We don't need someone to be on us before we do what is assigned us. We should always be interested in getting results. We should always be mindful that we are being paid whatever we are doing, and we should yield results. And collectively, we move our country forward.
Amen. Thank you. Call it 055-556-1034.
But you know, you know, the expansion of the motorway.
The motorway expansion.
The lands that are supposed to be for the expansion have all gone.
Encroaches.
So not just encroaches, but some portion of the lands have been sold.
Sold off.
You see, I don't understand. And there's too much congestion in Accra and Tema. Tema is this hub of the industrial ports, so I think we should look at the way we give lands. We're just building with concrete and
you can see the effects of a little shower, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes,
and then there's
a whole area.
And the concentration of the land.
The lands, you see, I'm telling you, me in my house, I've not done those concrete or tiles. No, because when my children, I said, I bet the earth needs to breathe. You see, because if you have done that, the water that will run from you will affect the next. Just like maybe a buffet, you attend a buffet, you should know that when you take a bit, the next person too, suppose you just don't come and heap your plate and the next person will go hungry. So it's the same thing. If you do that, your neighbor will suffer. In fact, the day before I was sitting in my house watching TV and I said, is this Accra? Is this Tema? Is it Teshi?
Yeah, there's the pictures of the flooding.
Yes, I was just asking myself.
Crazy.
Accra is
my area in Kwabenya, Ashoma, built on waterways. And people are just watching on even bridges. People have blocked bridges and they are building, and people are not doing anything about it. So the flood, we can use 20 billion. We cannot solve that problem until and unless we implement laws that we have enacted for ourselves. The bylaws. If we don't do that, we can sink trillions.
It won't happen.
It will not happen.
Is there anything in your heart that you want to rant about today?
In fact, it's annoying, you know, it's pathetic. As if we're in a nation of lawlessness. Everybody is just doing anything. Everybody is just doing, we have building inspectors who are not doing the right thing. You see stop work. Meanwhile, it's the person building who has done the stop work. There should be some coded numbers that maybe the assembly person, when we are passing, you should know that this is not from the assembly. For you to draw the attention of the authorities to take action. But they will not do it, because if you are just building, you come, then some small tip, then they pass. It's not good. You see, we should know that we are building a nation, and one day, we will go and other people would. Are we creating an environment that will make our children and great-grandchildren suffer, or what? I don't get it. In fact, it's very, very disheartening, if I can say that, you know.
Haja doesn't get it. Do you get it? We'd love to hear from you. Quick one. I want to talk about COVID-19 funds.
I also think that we need to deepen further our decentralization agenda, and because buildings are springing up more because people keep trooping into Accra, and I think that once all the regions are well, how do I put it, when more is done in the various regions as the government is doing, I would rather encourage that more be done, so that the migration and the movement to Accra and Kumasi especially can be reduced drastically. Because if everybody wants to move to Accra and Kumasi, these are some of the things you see. You create this overwhelming pressure on authorities. Sometimes before they realize, people build in the night, you stop them, and then the following day you go and they've done something on their land and all that. So it's back and forth, and it's a huge challenge. So I think that the government is on course with the this centralization agenda. And I think that I would rather encourage that more of that be done, and it will help solve these challenges.
Okay, yeah. All right. 055-556-1034, motorway issues, important, and of course, the other newspapers have road-related stories about the worsening of roads, actually, because of the floods, and so it's kind of connected to what we just spoke about. There's a story in the page 13 of today's graphic. Rains have worsened the bad roads in Accra, and I'm sure if I should open the phone lines and ask you to tell me the state of your roads as far as after the rains have occurred, you tell me a lot. Sticking to roads and transportation is the related issue of fuel prices, because that's a big trend right now. People are complaining a lot about fuel prices, and it seems like almost every week or 2 weeks the prices are going up. Yesterday the prices went up again, and my favorite fuel station has now gotten the price of fuel that I looked at it and I said, wow, this is crazy. I mean, and to think that it was 6 cedis 30 pesos a litre on 1st of January, 10 cedis per litre, and it may get to 12. I heard from some analysts, and I had some guests yesterday who were here with me, and one of them was suggesting that maybe it's probably time for some subsidies to cushion this impact on the consumers. Haja, what do you think? What's your thought on these fuel prices?
I'm telling you, as for the fuel, that's why I've limited my movements.
Oh, you are coping with
no, yes, of course, because if I'm to do something in town, I'll look at the merits of the kind of thing that I'm coming to town. Yesterday I was in town when I had a call, and I was telling your producer, I said, "I buy a new. Tomorrow I'm not supposed to come to town." Why? Because of the way the fuel prices are going up. We know it's a global issue, but I think the government can do something.
What would be you don't speak for the CPP, but what would your government have done?
Well, you see, I don't like politics of fuel prices.
But there are alternatives.
You see, yes,
alternative government.
Yeah, alternative government. We spoke about it. We spoke about even what to do. You remember Engineer Wood brought an idea of what to do about fuel, biofuel or something. He even wrote a whole book about it, but I don't know whether because it was from the CPP, that government, subsequent government, not just this particular government, but the government of this from 1992 to today, they don't buy into the ideas of other political parties. But I think after an election, there should be some further consultation of other ideas on the way forward. I'm not sure we would have been where we are today. Yesterday I was having a debate with somebody, and then he showed me a picture of Sasha. Is it Sasha? Obama's daughter.
Okay.
When she was feeling the gas and the face, the thing on her face, expression on her face. Like when she wants to feel it, she spend about $140 something or something. Then I said, hey, but well, maybe in the US, in Europe, in America, maybe there are certain things that they have done, you understand, to cushion the people. But what has been done to look, I'm from Kumbungu. I was born and bred in Bolga. Now transportation to Bolgatanga is 220 Ghana cedis. 220
Ghana cedis?
Yes.
By bus?
By bus. So now if I'm going with a family of 4 plus me 5, how much am I going to pay? Cedis. You see, so I think something needs to be done about it. If you say what will the CPP do? CPP believes in industrialization. Because why are we suffering? Because we have decided to import every single commodity that we are using in this country, including toothpick. Now, if we are using our currency to buy dollars, to go and buy goods from China, buy Turkey and other things, by all means, our city will continue to chase the dollars, as somebody would say.
Yeah.
You understand? So it weakens our currency. Yeah. By weakening our currency, it will affect the entire economic fiber of the country.
And fuel is the blood.
So therefore, that is the engine. They are saying private sector is the engine of growth, but we are saying fuel is the engine of growth. Why? Because if fuel goes up, tomatoes goes up, onions, every single item. So I see industrialization, more production locally, and consuming locally produced items can sort of strengthen our economy.
That's really long term.
It's not a long term. If we have started, if we have started from 1992.
Yes, but we didn't.
You see, we are adapting practices that are not good for us. The PAMSCA, the structural adjustment program, and so on and so forth. It has affected.
And it has brought us
and
here.
It has brought us here. And we are not learning anything from it. Because if you are saying that because the dollar has gone high and you are going to put some $2 billion into that, do you produce dollar? Are we a dollar country? No. So you should know that there is something wrong somewhere that needs to be tackled. That is what I'm saying. We should sort of industrialize. Let's produce. Let's encourage. Look at the number of tomato paste, rice, and so on that is imported in this country. From Bono region. I have up to Upper West. We have arable lands that we can invest in agriculture. And if we invest in agriculture, there are certain produce of the agriculture that we can get so many things from. Why did a country like Malaysia came to Ghana, took palm nut, and now they are producing about 20-something products out of the palm kernel? And we are still breaking it and chewing it like a trigger. We're not doing anything. I think there's something wrong with the way we do things in Africa, especially, let me talk for my country, Ghana.
Do you see food prices come down soon?
Well, they have to tell us. Maybe a government spokesperson is here. Maybe she's been briefed that maybe there will be a reduction.
Let's hear from her.
But if there's no reduction, you see, that is what I'm saying. This MPP and this, they were doing politics with petrol. Gallon, petrol. You stand on a platform and talk about petrol. Meanwhile, you don't control the market price. So now the situation, the realities is not telling. And everybody is saying, what is the government of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is going to do for the good of this country? Because whether we like it or not, we are suffering. The fuel prices, something must be done. We need to be cushioned because it's not easy. Anybody who will tell you it's easy, you see, but it is good for government in power to listen to people who are not part of his government. We don't hate the government. We want to say things that will inure to the benefit of Ghanaians. And maybe because I'm CPP, I'm saying maybe my sister here will say, well, maybe because she's CPP, that is why she's talking. I'm first of all a Ghanaian, Ghana first, before our political parties. And then, if we don't tell our leaders the truth, because maybe His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is at the Flagstaff House. They will call it Jubilee House. That's why he has ministers. That's why he has appointees. That is why he has spokesperson like Vera sitting here. What kind of information are they telling the president?
Let's hear from Vera. Vera, Hadia talked about we are tired, or we are suffering, and there should be a cushion to help people ease the burden. What are the cushions that are available to deal with fuel prices?
Thank you once again. I'm very happy with the angle of Ajia. I'm also a Ghanaian. The president is a Ghanaian. We are all in it. Initially, when some of these challenges started popping up, I remember I was on some platforms and I did explain as to why. I mean, Ghanaians need to first and foremost know why. Ghanaians need to understand why we are going through the challenges. And people did politics with it. You see, if we have countries who are producing these commodities for the entire world to consume, and then that goes down, another country decides to invade a sister country, and then they cease production, other countries stop doing business with them. And then you tell them this is one of the biggest reasons why the entire world is suffering. They tell you that it's not so. But that is the fact of the matter. The COVID, it's a reason, and it's a truth, it's the honest truth. Because as much as we are not getting the infections and death like other countries, it's worse out there, you see. So first and foremost, it isn't that Ghana is living in isolation and then other countries are suffering and then we shouldn't. It is a worldwide thing. So that one is the first thing I want to share with viewers, that it isn't that it is the making of Ghana or it is government that is making the prices to go up. I remember years ago we had the subsidy system and then it was taken off.
Why can't it come back?
You see, the subsidy after being taken off, they brought this automatic adjustment system.
Is it working?
And that is why when it's increased, the price goes up. It is automatic, and when it comes down, there's a way the same system also address the reduction of the fuel.
The complaint of the people is that it's going up too fast.
Now, let me dovetail in this, Kafui. To be honest with you, Ghanaians in general, what I have personally realized is that we complain fuel prices are going up, but every other person in this country is not ready to sacrifice in any way for his or her brother. Let me give you a typical example to support this point. I said, whether on this platform the other day or somewhere else, that practically I witnessed a crate of tomatoes from Techimantia, which was 150 Ghana cedis. From Techimantia. And they charge per crate, as at that time, 15 Ghana cedis per crate. Probably this morning, 20 Ghana cedis per crate. And obviously, someone will not go there just to take one crate and pay 20 cedis charge to Accra. Do you get me? Probably you go for 20 or 50 crates. As I speak to you, they will transport it to Accra. People are selling one crate at the moment for about 2,000.
Why can't the authorities step in and stop people from...
So that is where I want to address. You go to Kumasi, and it's between 600 and 800 Ghana cedis. So you ask yourself, what are we doing to ourselves as Ghanaians?
So we need the authorities to tell us that what are they doing to stop people from profiteering.
So maybe I will use this very wonderful platform to rather appeal that, you see, the authorities in charge of price control in general, this morning we plead with them that they should be up and doing, because people are taking undue advantage of the global crisis, of the global economic challenges, of the challenges Ghanaians are all facing.
Is government helpless?
Government is not helpless.
But why can't they stop people from increasing the prices?
You see, it's not it's not easy as you see it to be. They are doing their job, but we need collective responsibility to succeed. Because if you are a Ghanaian and then we are all complaining of fuel prices, that is one headache. And then you take advantage of it to inflate prices. I mean, beyond, over and above. It's not fair. Then the same people are complaining that government is not being fair. Are we fair to ourselves?
But Vera, it's like you have a household, the children are misbehaving, but and we say, oh, who is in charge? You say, oh, there needs to be collaboration. The father or the mother have to step in.
They are working. So I'm saying, let us use our platform to ensure that we also help. This is the help we are doing here. So the authorities this morning, please, Ghanaians, especially traders, are taking advantage of the challenges in the system. And I will rather appeal to them that they should take a look at that angle. And because they keep prices, we are suffering. And it's not the making of government, but ourselves. So let us all try and help and address that.
I don't know. I don't want to mention.
How do you have some thoughts on this?
The particular government, you know, when a trader decided to be increasing their, they decided to take over the market, and then that time rice and other things, they imported it in such a way that, and then they reduced the prices. You understand? So MPP, do you want to tell me that you don't have market women who are MPP women who also go to Techimantia to buy the tomatoes and other things? It's a strategy. Then you have, there's something wrong somewhere. You also have to strategize. If you don't want your government to be unpopular because the food prices are going up tuber of yam, which is 10 cedis. My area is 18 cedis and 20 cedis. We are a family of about 6, so we have to buy 1.5, and there's no half, so you have to buy 2. You understand? So it's Vera, this is a free consultation, I'm telling you. Because if the government thinks that the market women are doing otherwise, what are you supposed to do? As women of the government, what are you supposed to do? You also go to the treatment here, hire some vehicles, and then buy, and then bring it to a Nima market. Because last week, a Nima woman was telling me that tomatoes were weigh 12 million and weigh 8 million. I said, why? Because what Vera is saying is true, because the market where they go to buy, they don't even buy it for. And then somebody will say they will shedder and be delaying, because the farmers, if they don't sell it, it will go bad. So what do? They will reduce it, and then you will come and be selling it at I understand what is the strategy as a government. Also do something about it.
Let's get some messages right now. Hadia says, what is the strategy of the government? I'm sure Vera will have some responses to say that. On that, let's go messages. Samuel says, kindly tell the MPP lady, she's called Vera, if and when the politicians begin to show sensitivity, likewise. Kafui, good morning. Okay, so you guys are thinking about Samini. Don't worry, Samini will come pretty soon. More messages. I agree with her though. The traders are evil. Oh, evil is a very strong word. Taking undue advantage of the situation. That's Amadeus saying that. What became of the windfall oil profits Ghana always accumulated over the years whenever there was oil price hike on the international market? I thought there was a percentage of the windfall gains to be reserved for cushioning of fuel pump prices. That's Paul asking a question there. Good morning, GTV. Ghana politics is all about doing something to make money for yourself and your family. MPP carry on, we are coming. I don't know who the we are. Kafui, only 10% of good people are in Ghana. 90% are full of... What a combination. Kafui, are you sure that, God willing, what is going on in Ghana is on? But sure, MPP will win, hands down, God willing. One flood every day fuel increment. The painful part of it is the government is always pushing the supersonic from Kufuor. MPP created an impression that the then Mahama government was responsible for the fuel price hikes. I thought the president had the solution by then when he was in opposition. What has changed? Alandos is asking questions. Let's all be honest to ourselves. All the micro and macroeconomic variables are not working. Good morning. I know the world has a crisis, but in the US, when all this comes down, the prices go back to what they used to be. So I want to know, why is it that Ghana, we don't go back to what the prices used to be, but they remain where it is until they move up again? Yeah, Ghana prices are very active. They want exercise. Per what Haja is saying, I want to ask, at the time the NDC was in power and things were high, did they organize their market women to reduce their prices? Derek Okaikwe Central, thank you so much. Yes, Jaja, you can clarify for him if he doesn't understand your point of view. 055-556-1034. The finance minister must listen to Ghanaians and do something. The Speaker of Parliament says that if he doesn't come to Parliament to do the COVID-19 accounting issues, they will not deal with any Ministry of Finance issues. Haja, do you think that's a good step in the right direction? Speaker Bagbin is basically saying that the finance minister, if you don't come and account for the COVID-19 funds, won't deal with any finance issues.
Hey, then it will be more serious. So which means maybe even the sectors of the government, maybe I don't know whether the budgets appropriation have all gone and so on and so. If they won't deal with it, we will rather suffer. So they should find a way, a middle ground. If you take an entrenched position, maybe it will be difficult. But I think the finance minister too should be able to go to Parliament and explain to them, because it's answerable to Parliament.
Fair. What's the issue? Why the Speaker is upset with the finance minister? He believes that there are delayed tactics as far as the accounting of the COVID-19 funds are concerned. I want to read the story and get your comment on it, since you're here communicating on behalf of the party. So delayed tactics, Speaker upset with Oforiatta. The Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta has incurred the wrath of the Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin for failing to appear before the House to answer questions on the usage of COVID-19 funds. The Speaker asserted that there were now so many concerns about how the funds have been utilized, and it was important for the Finance Minister to set the record straight on how the funds have been used. Quote, yes, last week, for good reasons, his appearance in Parliament wasn't possible, and usually the Business Committee is given the opportunity to do the allotting. So the Minister for Finance was allotted today to come and answer a number of questions. The Minister is not available today, we are told. And then he continues, he says, a lot of questions have been raised in this respect. I'll further say that until the answer is provided, until he goes through the accountability process, we will not take that motion with respect to the questions. Well, he has another request before us. That will be difficult. That will be affected until he comes to respond to the questions and to submit a statement giving an explanation of how that money has been applied. We will not entertain any business from that ministry. Mark my words. These are the words of the Speaker. Speaker is angry. What's holding the Finance Minister back?
Kafui, I think that is a human institution. And
which one? Finance or Speaker?
The Finance Ministry, the Minister and his team. You see, Finance Minister will never deliberately refuse to appear. It will never happen. Of course, I know there are challenges and it's beyond his control, and he will definitely appear.
What are the challenges?
That I can't say it here.
But you know it, but
I think that
the challenges.
I think that
challenges.
I can't say that.
But there are challenges.
There are challenges, and it's not a challenge concern. It doesn't concern the calculation or the expenditure. No, it's not about that one.
What is it about?
So Kafi, you want to put me on the spot, and you know that I can't do that. You know I can't do that.
No, we want to know. We want to know why the Finance Minister is coming to
As for
Parliament.
the expenditure, is there. It's very, very, very clear when he comes to Parliament. But what I'm saying is that
why can't he come to Parliament?
The challenges there, he will.
When?
He will. The expenditure, everything is ready.
When?
He will. You know,
when?
Kafui, if tomorrow, God forbid, you are not well and you can't come and host the show, it doesn't mean you are deliberately refusing to come and host the show. You get my point. So it's not as if he is deliberately disrespecting them or trying to avoid. Not at all. Far from that. But to also say because he's not been able to appear, you will put on hold everything that is coming from finance. What that means is that all the sectors in this country is going to suffer.
Including Parliament.
Do you get it? Yes. I remember about 2 weeks ago, Parliament, I think...
So you think Speaker is threatening the Finance Minister?
It's more than threat.
It's more than a threat.
Because his very life and his very operation depends on that ministry.
The Parliament?
Yes. And some few days ago, maybe barely 2 weeks, it was in the news that they were saying their money is not, budget has not been approved, but I was told it was approved that very day for them to operate. Do you get it? So it's all coming from finance. It's a win thing. It's not as if someone wants to stifle another person.
Do you think it's an empty threat from the Speaker? He can't. He can't.
It's not an empty threat, but they will suffer more. So I would think that they should do more of a consultation. They should do more talking behind the scenes. Finance Minister, we all know how he is. He will never, under any circumstance, refuse to come. No, not at all. So when there are challenges that is beyond his control at the moment, I mean, it doesn't mean if he's not able to come today, he can't make it tomorrow.
So we should rest easy, he's coming.
Oh, he will come. But the threat, I don't think that is good for the development of our country, because Parliament is a whole arm of government and they work hand in hand. So you also need funds to run your office as a So Speaker should slow down. I think I'll borrow your words. Speaker should slow down. We are partners.
But you understand his frustration?
I understand his frustration in a way, but his frustration shouldn't stop everything that must go on in Ghana.
Okay, let me get Haja's thought. Haja, Speaker says, listen, if you don't come and account for the COVID-19 funds, we will not deal with your finance issues. Simple.
I think I will go with partly with what Vera said. I think they should rather talk more, interact more than these threats, because of COVID fund. So I should suffer. You should suffer. Innocent Ghanaians should suffer. If maybe there's some money that is supposed to go to the Ministry of Health, Ministry of maybe Education, it's not going to be discussed in Parliament because the minister did not appear to account for COVID fund. I think I wouldn't go for that. I think the speaker should take it easy, and the ministry should also up their game. If the minister, the substantive minister, is not, that's why we have deputies, isn't it? Is it that the speaker will not accept the deputy to come and maybe
what's the boss there?
You see, so what if the minister is not available? Does that mean that the deputy cannot come in? Then why do we appoint deputies? In fact, I'm yet to understand why we have them, because some instances Parliament will say they really want the main minister.
Do you think we should scrap deputies?
If they have Parliament will say that we are not going to listen to you because you are a deputy, then what is the essence of you being a deputy?
Is it not because if they ask certain pointed questions to a deputy, the deputy will say, well, I'm not seized with the facts here, so I'll defer to my minister.
That is why before a deputy, can go and face a committee, he should have the blessings of his minister. And the minister should be able to give the deputy certain information, because before you come to Parliament, at least they will send you certain questions that they want you to come and respond, isn't it? So that you come well prepared. So you cannot come and say, because I'm a deputy, I cannot respond to this question. Maybe that is why also Parliament too, at times they are adamant, they don't want to the deputy to come and face them. But I think Honourable Speaker and the Minister of Finance, or the Ministry of Finance, should look at this COVID issue thing, because I think it is incumbent on any government to be accountable to the people. If people are raising issues concerning COVID fund, and I think there was some money given to the government on COVID, and then there were some disbursement. I'm not sure the Minister of Finance can just go to the Bank of Ghana and dip his hands, but almost it went through a process. And that process of documentations, and those documentations should be there to help the minister to be ready to account, not to this. They are our representatives.
They are
not there representing themselves, the good people of this country.
So my guests, Vera and Hajia, are of the opinion that yes, listen, Speaker, no threats, Jojo, so that the Minister of Finance can come to the House and account for the COVID-19 fund, so that business
and both sides shouldn't take it in entrenched position.
Shouldn't take it in entrenched position.
No, it would be not good for the
it's not good for the running of the country. 055-556-1034 is our WhatsApp number. Still to come conversations with Samini and Jackie, the musician, and your comments as well in a short while. Let's go to jobs and NAPCO trainees. They are still in the whole of this year and even before. And this, I'm reading from the Ghanaian Times. NAPCO trainees appeal for allowances and permanent jobs. 5 months after they took to the streets to lay bare their grievances, government has not yet met their demands. According to the National Secretary of NAPCO, which is a nation builders corps, Mr. Frank Kwanzaa, the trainees continue to face difficult living conditions with no assurance of being paid after government directives to remain at post despite over 7 months of unsettled allowance. So they spoke to the Ghanaian Times. This is Mr. Kwanzaa. He says some trainees are still at post after government promised permanent employment in November last year. Quote, some of us had to take out loans, so we survived, and lenders are on our necks to pay back. And since government has not paid, we are unable to pay back our debts. So they are appealing to the government to heed their plea and fulfill the promise of permanent jobs. Quote, initial agreement with the government was not to enroll us on the Youth Start program, since all of them have been trained for specific skills. So I know that NAPCO currently works through 7 modules. So there's an Educate Ghana, Heal Ghana, Feed Ghana, Revenue Ghana, Digitize Ghana, Civic Ghana, and then Enterprise Ghana. So it was created to address graduate unemployment and to solve social problems in the country. It was supposed to be a 36-month program with 3 phases: 6 months probation, 24 months work placement, and 6 months exit preparation. So it was pretty clear. And so what is the situation right now, Vera? What is your brief on this? Are they owed money?
Currently, as I sit here, I don't have knowledge of them being owed. I know that normally when the normal salary arrangement, DS is a little bit different. It's similar to the National Service Payment System, where they have to key in, submit their work outputs, and then it is worked out. And secondly, I know that majority of them have been absorbed into permanent workplaces. They have permanent appointments at various places, and the few that are left, they are still working on to get them permanent jobs. So I think that this very publication is centered around the few that are still in the NAPCO system. They haven't yet gotten permanent jobs, so they fall within that bracket. And I know, as I sit here, the authorities are working very hard to ensure that they also join their colleagues at workplaces are fully secured.
Those who are asked to stay, are they owed money now?
Those who are still in the NAPCO system, as at this morning, I know that their director and his team are working around the clock to ensure that the few, it's not all of them, it's some of them, and I'm told it's due to some challenges.
You have numbers for me?
Not off my head, but they are quite few. So if there were many, you remember the last time, somewhere last year, when they were being owed 3 months and they threatened to go on demonstration, and then it was resolved. Most of them have permanent jobs now. So the few that are left without permanent jobs, it is out of that pool that we have these buckets of challenges, which is currently being addressed. And I know that this June, and then the little that is left will be cleared. So they should be rest assured. Leadership is very aware and working assiduously to ensure that this month and in the few challenges that are there. So it's not everybody. Majority have permanent jobs now. The few that are left within that pool is those who are having the current challenges. So it will be resolved this month, and then that is the information I have. So they should be rest assured they will be all right.
Hajj, I want to get your thoughts on NAPCO.
Hey, Kafui, you see, for me, when the youth graduate from the university and they don't have any job, it's a bit of a challenge to any country. So when this NAPCO thing came, some of us were happy, but we knew there would be some challenges. Every new, should I say, idea, program has its teething problems, but I don't know what the government put in place in order to streamline the way it is running this program. Because if you say this, you mentioned one that in revenue,
yes, there's revenue Ghana, there's
revenue Ghana. I will take it from just a phase one. Revenue was so to raise money for Ghana, isn't it? So we have so many places in this country that needs personnel to raise money for government. If you ask me, why the assemblies, most people in this country are not paying property rates. They are not. So before that, why don't you assign these people? You zone the areas, and then they will be in charge of taking maybe the property rates or whatever. Because I think I complain about 7 months, some 6 months they've not been paid. If you say they should stay and continue working, I'm not sure where they are working is where they stay, isn't it? They will take transportation, and you can see how transportation prices have gone high. So I think in order for us to be able to sort of stop this kind of thing happening, I think a program like that should be well thought and well documented in such a way that if you have 24 permanent, and then there's an exit plan of 6 months, isn't it? The 6-month exit plan, what was the plan that was put through? Because there shouldn't be any problem if the program has been well structured. Because, you know, if I work the exit plan, maybe if I'm going, if it's nursing that I want to do, if it's this or that, because rural community, that's why I'm even, especially, we should have even asked this NAPCO people, some who want to do nursing, who wants to do teaching. It's because we've been seeing the videos of a school that have one teacher with 6 classrooms. He will teach from here and here and here, and we should give some incentive to people who agree to go to rural communities, because Kafui, Kasapin, Bichartanga, and other things, they are all part of Ghana.
They also need people to work.
They need people to bring them up to speed.
Yes.
They write the same SS exams. They write the same JHS exams, but the facilities there are not like the urban areas. What are we doing as a nation to bridge the gap between the rural poor and the urban sectors? So I think maybe the NAPCO can look at that too, because it's a good work. What work are they going to do? Is it that there are some of them are in the ministries, they just go and sit and be reading papers? Put them into some productive sectors that something will come out of them. So for me, since there's a government spokesperson here who has given us assurance that at the end of this month something will be done, let's pray and hope that that happens, because you cannot work for 7 months without pay. You are taking loans, and these loans in Ghana, you know, some people will say, I'll give you 100,000 cedis or 500 cedis. At the end of the month, you pay, you see, and then you don't even have the money to even pay the interest, so let alone the principal. So I think, for me, we'll plead with government to look at the whole thing again and see how best our youth can be put into some productive sectors, so that it will benefit the nation and then benefit the younger ones too, because they are not running away from the country. They are ready to serve their nation. And if it's we should look at our service,
the national service.
No, not the national
even
service.
When, the deprived areas.
Yes,
you talked about the national service persons, for instance, or the personnel that we know they are supposed to serve, you know, out of volition, to serve their nation. You even push them to these areas to serve, to get a wider experience, and then to even know other places in the country. Ajia, it will amaze you.
I know.
Everybody wants to be in Accra.
Yes. I know.
And
I know.
Because a reason to is that they don't see any level of sacrifice from people who are supposed to be leading.
You see, that is
so
what
they
I'm
see that
saying.
everybody chilling in Accra, so they say, well, let me also chill in Accra.
You see, careful, you see modesty.
That's the
if
whole
we
thing.
show,
because they see what the people ahead are doing, they are enjoying themselves, so why should I go and suffer?
Because I was telling somebody that I can remember my class from class 1 to 6 teacher in experimental primary school. 3 were from South and 3 from the North. And you could see the enthusiasm in which they were doing their work. We have not been able to sustain that as a country, for people to agree to go to Bichartanga, Kolonyong, Kumbungu, to work.
And Haja, I think it's also because of the people who are contacted to try and change positions. So I have had.
That is what I'm saying.
Somebody called me and said, "Oh, do I know anybody at National Service?" I said, "Why?" Says, "Oh, I've been put to this place and I don't know how to go." And I said, "Is it still in Ghana? Is that place in Ghana?" I said, "Yes." Do those people require teachers and doctors and nurses? I said, "Yes." So why don't you want to go there? I'm not going to do any connection for you. Go to your posting. The person went reluctantly, and now they're calling and telling me that, oh, thank you very much for telling me that I should go and do what I have to do.
There was a girl who called me that they put her somewhere, and she wanted to go to the civil aviation. So I asked the question, why civil? Oh, I learned there they pay more. I said,
it's all about money. Yeah.
So it's about money, not about service.
Yeah.
But you see, if you look at that, some people say, hey, you like watching Nigerian film. Look at this, their youth service. They do it with some, and even in uniform.
Yeah, that's it.
They do it with some kind of pride.
Yeah.
But now national service is like,
you
want to get money.
Yeah.
That is why, in fact, I always say my teacher in class 1. I still remember him. But my secondary school, some of them have even forgotten. But my class 1 teacher.
You remember?
I remember my teacher from Pong. My teacher in class 2.
Remember?
I remember. 3 up to 6 in a primary school.
My comment
because of the way
they dealt with
us
all right.
that time.
I'm going to do some messages right now, but I just need to put this down, and I want to read the names of these people because, honestly speaking, NAPCO, they are not responsive when you call them. So I'm going to call them out. So the big boss there, Chief Executive Officer, you try and get him, you don't get him. He's Dr. Ibrahim Anyas, Chief Executive Officer of NAPCO. You are not responsive to people. People can't get through to you. And then the PRO as well, Idrisu Ablayi
He's supposed to be even taking the calls.
NAPCO PRO, we don't get through to you. Okay, so you are not responsive. You do not pick up the calls and respond to people. And I'm sorry, but you are here to serve the people.
Of course.
And so you're a public relations officer. We have to call you and get through to you.
You have to be with you because you are the PRO. If the chief executive is busy, what is the PRO doing?
But the PRO will tell you if he hasn't got clearance, you won't speak. But that's your job. Get the clearance and speak. We're not here to hear about your problems. Okay, we want solutions. Get your clearance and speak. It's a now he's calling me. So please, let's call the PRO and then we speak to him. It's not a personal call. We want to speak to him on GTV. So please, he's now picking up. So please call him and then we speak to him and get the NAPCO issues.
I think that's a solution. If you put them on the spot.
Yeah. He's calling me now. So he will call us and we'll speak to all of you. Let me get some messages first and then we'll speak to him on the phone. I'm not going to take a personal call. We're going to take calls that everybody will hear so we know what the problem is.
Thank you. People are looking for jobs.
Good morning.
They don't get. They give you the job and you go and
my name is Itua Ashaiman. I think the vision of Kwame Nkrumah has been wasted because Kwame Nkrumah constructed the motorway so many years ago and the income. All right. Good morning, Mr. Kafui. You keep promising us Samini and you're still keeping. Samini is coming. Don't worry about that, please. He's here. Lady Vera is a very prolific communicator. You are proud of her. Thank you so much, Derek from Okaikwe. Since Vera is giving excuses on behalf of the finance minister, she should do as well. Tell us. We're not going to talk about issues that do not concern the matters that we're dealing with. First speaker to get her facts well. There are 65,000 NAPCO trainees per their own facts. They shouldn't say like a few. NAPCO has, he can't communicate with the trainees. Well, hopefully they'll be communicating because we just called him out and we're speaking to him. Kafu, you love the work you're doing for Mother Ghana. I love you for getting through to GTV Breakfast. Really, if the Deputy Finance Minister operates with limited information, then I sympathize with him. Otherwise, he doesn't compare notes with his boss. Lack of communication gives room for speculation. Just let the people know of their financial standing since COVID outbreak. And that has to do with the threat that the Speaker gave to the Finance Minister. My panelists say we don't need threats. Okay. Thank God for everything. Amen. Okay, the issue with the finance, why was talk closed? Why are we importing almost every single commodity and blaming it on COVID and Russian war and inflation? Why can't we produce and trade in our own currency? Stop deceiving the people. Leaders of Ghana are taking advantage of the quiet nature of Ghanaians. Hajia, per the standing orders of parliament, it's always the minister responsible for any ministry to appear before the parliament, not the deputy. Okay. Hi, Kafu. If the finance minister is refusing to, well, he hasn't said he's refused, but the speaker says there appears to be delayed taxes and he's not happy with it, then parliament should cause for his removal from office. And you think the arrogance of the government appointee is nauseating. Okay, it's got a new word, the nauseatic. Okay, right. Kafu, good morning. Tell Hajia that because of the greed of market women, if anyone brings tomatoes and you're not a member of the association, they will seize it. Is that what they do? They seize your tomatoes. Wow, there's a cartel going on in the markets like that.
Bring one at later. They should come and see them. See.
Hajia is on the warpath.
What is this? Queens in the markets.
Yes. But Boss, I nearly cried this morning when Haja, the porridge seller, told me that the groundnuts that I bought yesterday for 50 pesos is now 1 cedi. And it's almost the same size. Yeah. 24. I hear it's called shrinkflation. So maybe your bread was this big for 10 cedis, and then it shrinks, but the price is still 10 cedis. It's called shrinkflation. We have inflation, deflation, and shrinkflation. Yeah, so that's what's happening. You are buying the same, maybe the biscuit used to have 6 pieces. Now you open the biscuit 5 days.
This one is the same size but different price.
Oh, okay, that's inflation. Yeah. But shrinkflation is where it's different price but same price.
Even now, the weight of the bread, even if it's 10 cedi, the weight has.
How do you weigh the bread?
So that's the shrinkflation.
Okay. So thank you so much. They say we need a food bridge. Do you agree? Okay, thank you so much. More messages. Keep them coming in 05. Kafui, please read my message. Okay, I'll read it. Thumbs up to you, Mr. Speaker. That's the only way to go. Parliament should not entertain any business from the ministry. This country was built on transparency and accountability. It does not make sense when the finance minister is asking for more money from Parliament and does not want to render accounts for the previous money. The disrespect from the finance minister to Parliament and Ghanaians is becoming one too many, and that must stop. Kafui, please read my message. I have read your message. Okay, so those are your messages. 055 556 1034. For those of you who say that, Samini is not in the house. Where is Samini? I should stop promising. Well, Samini is in the house actually, and he's waving. You can see him, so relax. Relax. He's here. Samini, he's here. So relax. Okay? We don't tell lies, so most of the time. Kabi, good morning. Your squad is fantastic. Real women of our time. Can I have Haja's number? For what? That's my question. I ask questions. Okay, good. Thank you so much. My people, so quick ones. I want to end on some political notes for both of you because I understand the MPP is doing some vetting of your candidates pretty soon. And then I have some small CPP news I want to end. MPP vets national officers today. And I see pictures of Mr. John Bwedu, General Secretary, Mr. Stephen Asamoah Boateng, National Chairman, aspirant Professor Christopher Amayao Akumfi, and aspirant National Chairman, and Mr. Stephen Ayuso in team seeking to be National Chairman. So it's happening today. Where is it happening?
It's happening at the NPP headquarters.
Okay.
And the vetting will commence from today.
Okay.
And it will spread to next week.
Okay.
So I think all the aspirants have been given their schedule. So they all know when, the day, and the time to appear. Mm-hmm. And I think that the internal election is going well. Mm-hmm. And I will applaud the leadership for what they've done so far. And I'll also plead that we continue in that manner till we finish with the Congress itself, the national one, and then the parliamentary one as well, and then the presidential one, so that we prepare for 2024. I know that we have challenges now, but Ghanaians can trust us. We've done some before. We are still working very hard to ensure that we reduce the current challenges facing ordinary Ghanaian. His Excellency Nana Addo is a listening president. He's a father. We know what he's been able to do and he's still doing. He cares for Ghanaians. Sometimes as humans things happen, but I can assure viewers and Ghanaians that Nana Addo is a listening government, and within the shortest possible time, probably before the year ends or early next year, they will actually visibly and practically feel all that is being put in place now to address the current challenges. Now, as for the elections, it will be fine. People select leadership that will help to break the age, so we continue with the developmental agenda and then get things better and better. That is what I have for Ghanaians. NPP is a government they can still trust. NPP is a government that delivers in spite of the current phase of economic challenges.
Is it hard facing cooling people off when they say, "Charlie, look, yeah, bro." I mean, what do you tell them?
It's not difficult to cool people. Ghanaians are very, very reasonable. They know what is going on. They know it's not the president practically causing the challenges now. It's a worldwide issue. But if not for things that has been done and still being done, we would have been in a very, very bad situation.
What do you say to people who say your government does not take responsibility for? You're always blaming other people. What do you tell them for people who feel like that?
We take responsibility.
So what have you taken responsibility
for? The responsibility is that so far, if Ghanaians were, in spite of what is happening now, if they were still to take money from their pockets to pay for their awards fees, it would have been worse. If taxes were not taken off right from the onset, if all these 15 taxes we took off were still in place, things would have been worse as we see now. If all the infrastructure that is being built is not done, things would have been worse. If all the employment that is going on, a lot of people have been employed, close to 3 million since we came into power. If all these people were still unemployed, my brother, you can be assured that things would have been...
So it would have been worse?
Very worse. So a lot has been done, and like I say, the government is still working very hard and will surely get there. But let us as ordinary citizens come together and collectively also do our bit to support. We can't leave everything in the hands of government, like the examples we all cited this morning.
But you're in charge.
We are in charge and we are doing our best. Let us together build our country.
Hajia, I know MPP business is not your business, so you won't come.
I only wish them well.
You can only wish them well.
I have friends there.
You have friends there, fantastic. Yeah. Today's Ghanaian Times, there's a CPP story that it says absence of polling station executives is bedeviling your party's fortunes. Sapon Kuma, who is your national
set aside chairperson.
Set aside?
Yes, there was a central committee that set aside. So if you wouldn't mind, I don't want to comment on that. I can comment on CPP issue.
Okay.
That the national treasurer, Mr. Opari, Emmanuel Opariado, is out there with a very fantastic innovation on how to register even from the polling station with an app. Yes, 800 star 800 star 4848 hash, that you can register from the polling station, your region and what have you. He brought this innovation because, you know, we have regional treasurers, we have constituency treasurers, but normally accountability is a problem. So this app will take care of that, because if you just put the app on your phone, it will ask you, do you want to donate to the party? Do you want to be a member? Do you want to pay dues? If you put dues, it will ask you for which constituency, and you say Kombongo. When I have paid mine for 1 year, Kombongo, you see, but I still pay dues at the national because I'm a CC member through the national treasurer at the party headquarters. That one I know about, but something that I don't know about.
Okay, so CPP is going high tech.
High tech, we started it before all of them started to come.
Yeah, this one is.
But you're not worried about just access of polling station executives.
Let me tell you, if you say you have a polling station, and then maybe you put a polling agent, and you don't cater for the polling agent there, you should expect a zero there.
How do you cater for polling agents?
You have to cater for your polling agent. That is the norm.
What do you do? What is
let me tell you, we went to Kombongo for a by-election. We met all our polling agents. That was in when Moses Yahya won the by-election. When Honorable Mumuni exited.
Yes.
So when we got to the place, that time Chairman Samia Yabankroma was our chairperson. I dug my heart for that lady. She should have been patient. She would have been leading the CPP now. I can say it on authority. Because for the love of the party, not the material thing, I can vouch for her. So when we got to Kombongo, we met all our polling agents. Then we asked them what we should do for them to secure victory for us. Then, you know, MPP did not contest. It was us and the NDC. The NDC brought caterers from Accra. We didn't have that pace. Do you know what the polling agent told us? That we should just bring them water. They'll eat from the house. So you can't go and put a polling agent
and not cater for them.
And not cater for the person. Okay. At least, can you imagine the last election? We had only 12,000. When 2012, we had about 20,000 when Sakara was our destiny. When Ivor Green Street came, under the leadership of Professor Dele, we up it to about 26,000 plus. And then we came down to 12,000. You ask yourself, because if you say you've data of polling agents, the polling agents is like the police station.
Exactly so.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if you cater for the polling station, we wouldn't have gotten the 12,000. We would have been getting 30-something thousand. Right. Because if you come and meet something, you have to up it. You don't have to lower the bar. Right. So it's a disaster.
I hear you, Haja. Will you be running for any position?
I'm coming. Oh, you know, I was going for the flag bearer, but it seems.
Haja for president. Why not?
But I'm going for the chairmanship.
You don't want to be president?
Because they have carry water and they carry sun, and they've seen the difference. Even in an acting capacity, what I was able to do for the Convention People's Party, myself and Kabila, within 12 days, we did 13 regions, non-stop regional election. It has never happened in the history of this country.
So you're going for chairman?
So instead of rewarding us, they said we and then now you can see. I don't have to speak. You know what is happening.
Okay. When is the vetting?
Which vetting?
You have to. You're running for chairman. They have to vet.
No, they vet me, but even the vetting committee will just say, Haja, please, we don't have any question for you.
Like the policeman say, carry on.
I can tell you.
Well,
because they've seen the difference. It's very clear.
Haja Hamdatu.
You see, experience. I tell people, it's not bought from Makola or the shelves of Maxmart or what's the other big one at the motorway there? The
Game.
ShopRite.
Yeah.
You have to go through the mill.
Experience is not.
I, Haja Hamdatu, went through the mill of the Convention People's Party. Okay. So even Professor Dele was calling me the encyclopedia of the Convention People's Party. He tells people I'm his walking stick, because if he forgets something and he asks Haja, Haja has it at the finger of it. So they traded. They didn't go shopping well.
That is what they
change their black and white for. They change their color TV for black and white. So
black and white.
That to Ibrahim.
And since Samini is in your lesson, I want to commission him to get me a nice song.
You should commission him to get him a nice song?
Yes, so for my campaign.
What's the budget? What's your budget?
No, because you don't know I was born and bred in Borga, and he's from Anandon side, so he'll do it free. He knows I understand the language. He'll tell you.
Thank you so much. Samini is up next on GTV Breakfast. He's giving nice royal smile.
Hey, please. Happy Father's Day to all of you. Because if I want to start, if I start mentioning,
all the responsible ones.
That is it. The responsible men.
Do this, then we get angry. Because God causes his rain to fall on the evil and the good. So this whole business of
let me tell you. Let's make people responsible in this country. Some men are irresponsible. I'm not saying some women are not too.
You're out of line. The show is over.
I'm not out of line.
Happy Father's Day.
To the responsible fathers.
To all of you, especially the crew of the GTV who are making our mornings so special.
Samini is next. Happy Father's Day to all the men. And happy Father's Day to fathers. Simple and sweet. We are back after this.
Some of them are running away.
No.
Today has been extra sweet, and the way he looks at me.
I have done everything by the book. It's on. Hey, but I have to get some condoms, Charlie.
Using a condom will protect you and your partner from HIV, STIs, and unplanned pregnancy. Condoms are an effective way for protection against HIV infection. Don't take risks. Use a condom every time. Always come prepared.
This advert is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission and Ghana Health Service.
I feel na ya start with the baby bro nyae.
Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, guys. It's still GTV Breakfast, and yes, we are about to set the tone right into the weekend. And so before we start setting the tone, Sunday is Father's Day, and I apologize for the belated birthday wish I sent to my boss. Professor, I apologize. But hey, it's Father's Day on Sunday, and this is a special one from all of us here, the BFS team, to President Akufo-Addo, the father of the nation. We're wishing you a happy Father's Day in advance, sir. To the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, we are wishing you a happy Father's Day in advance, sir. To the Minister of Information, Mr. Kojo Oponkroma, we are wishing you a happy Father's Day. To the Director General of GBC, my boss, Professor Amina Hassan, happy Father's Day to you, sir. And then also to the NMC Chairman, Mr. Yaobwedu Ayobwafo, happy Father's Day to you, sir. And so, yes, we're about to begin the show. The party begins now. Verbal Transformers is in the house to set the tone for Father's Day. And then, hey, King Kaf is already sitting down with the man, boy. And so, yeah, Verbal Transformers, you have our eyes and our ears.
Thank you, Na. I'm okay.
Cool.
All right, so this morning we celebrating Father's Day in advance, but listen here. You know what? It really saddens my heart that today I'm standing right before you on a national television, and I tell you something very nice, but it's very pathetic as well. How come Mother's Day matters most to people and Father's Day is just left dry? You see, no matter how bad a man is, even when he dies, his obituary is not painted black. Neither are the tributes of this very man full of his crimes, no matter how many times he's made lives bitter in his society. Even many go as far as serving us with a biography of good lines, good vibes, of true lies, of this very man who lived a very bad life. So I say once again, no matter how bad a man is, when he dies, his obituary is not painted black. So why then? Today I ask so many questions like, why would you actually paint a good picture of a man when he's dead? Is it that you have high value for the dead over the living? If you could save the image of the dead, why couldn't you save the image of the living while he was still alive? Why couldn't you paint a good picture of this very person? And you wait until this person is very gone out of our society. But you know what? As I said, there are so many questions to ask. But no Ebusiampeni is ready to be in the hot seat to answer these very questions. They are not ready to speak facts. So I ask you also, today as we hear, how bad has your dad treated you that you cannot forgive him? That you allowed hatred and bitterness to have driven you all these years, killing you, taking you farther away from this father who is supposed or destined to be blessing you, not cursing you, and always regretting of ever producing you. How bad is this dad of yours? Are you also waiting for him to die before you show him fake love? Know ye not that when the only opportunity to forgive someone is when the person is alive? Don't you know that when the person loses his final breath, you cannot forgive anymore? Not even when he or she is laid in state. So I tell you, Sunday is the date. Father's Day is coming up. It might be your only opportunity to reunite with your dad. And I say, if our mothers are truly loving, then they should tell us of how good our fathers are. Mothers, if Mother's Day matter, then Father's Day matter too. You know why? Because you need to project not only the negativities of our dads to us, children, and everyone here asks, why then would we always say, my mommy is the best in the world? What happened to our fathers? Fathers, what happened to your husbands? On this very day I say, it is very pathetic that we, offsprings of our children, are supposed to actually rectify the ills in our families, not to rather be the ones who will carry or catalyze the diabolic reaction of hatred and bitterness in our families. We are the ones to make it right. So let's not listen to the stories that we are being told. You know why? In our families, let us dwell in the Word of God, because the Word of God is light. The Word of God is love. So no matter the stories we are being told, let us pause and ask. Let us ask the old ones that bitterness and hatred, whether it has profited them over the years, even until now. Then it will tell us that we need to make sure that love travels, because love is light. When shown eradicates totally the darkness in the lives of people, love actually looks around and sees to the needs of people. Love isn't self-centered. Today is the only day you have an opportunity to call your dad. I tell you, no matter how bad your dad is, listen, he be bad man, no, they mean say he be the baddest. People are still forgiving their dads out there. Sunday is the date. Oh dear, you can even call your dad now. Say, hello daddy, I'm sorry. He will say, my dear, don't worry. Oh daddy, me sumabo, eh. Then you are reuniting and causing a significant change in your family. Happy Father's Day to all conscious and responsible fathers out there. And fathers, make sure that you live to your duty so that Father's Day will matter next year. Thank you, and God bless our homeland, Ghana. God bless the President. Happy Father's Day. Thank you.
It's really hard to understand these babies these days. It's so hard. It's so hard.
Coming live from the capital. This is the Breakfast Show.
Okay, because I got a man who just describes himself on his Twitter as musician. Simple. Award-winning, proudly Ghanaian, king of the rocks, Samini. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you, man.
Same here, man. It's been a while.
How it is?
Charlie, I be, you know.
What they go on?
A day. Just, you know, trying to get through the day every other day, you know, like everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keeping it positive, you know, embracing every other day with the energy. Yeah.
Where'd you get your energy from?
From around and within. You know, I try and stay conscious and make sure I absorb the most I can, you know, seeming positive. Yeah.
Is it easy to be positive in tough times?
It depends. If it's a trait, then you don't have a problem trying to be positive. You just have to be yourself and stick to your guts and just do your thing and believe in your moves, believe in your steps and just stick to them.
Have you always been this self-assured? I mean, there were times when you were not too sure of yourself?
No, I've always been sure that life is a journey and there's always ups and downs in every man's life. So regardless of what's thrown at you, that's the hurdle in front of you. Get over that. There surely is a next thing that you should expect. So it's never over until you rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so no food for lazy man.
No food for lazy man. And so when we announced that you were coming here, a lot of questions on Facebook, a lot of questions on Twitter. They've made my work easy. I don't have many questions. I just will go there. And I see that you answer questions. That's something I like about you on Twitter. You take time to respond to questions.
Yeah.
And no question seems to be over the bar. And sometimes you can be quite harsh. You call somebody a fool.
You know, sometimes, you know, Twitter Street is a whole space that you have to just be prepared for anything from anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so sometimes you have to also, you know, serve people the same drink they're serving you. So we all have a nice, a nice drink. So if someone comes harsh, thinking that you can't come at them like that, this is Twitter. You just have to be constructive with your language and try to be as decent as you can, but still be blunt. So I thought to tell a fool he was, and I made sure I told him that.
It sounds like, when I was reading through, it's like you're aspiring. It's like this. Yeah. Do you like boxing?
Yeah. It's one of the things I like to do. I have a bag in the house, you know.
Oh, okay. So you do your punch bag drills?
Sometimes. I haven't done in over a year, I think.
Okay.
But what I've been doing mostly is cycling. Yeah, that's the sport that like draws me more.
Okay, so you ride?
Yeah.
How far and how often?
Wow. This year I didn't go to GBI. My people are in Europe already, going I think from Amsterdam to Germany. We did Pisa last year. We did 5 different cities, sometimes 80 kilometers a day, sometimes 120 with about 5 stops. Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes we do Ghana. We've done Sogakope all the way to Tamale, you know, in 5 days.
Sogakope to Tamale.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes you just, every other stop we do different things. So big up my Gladiators Cycling Club. So when we travel, we go and donate bikes to school-going kids that have been walking to school for miles and stuff, who would, you know, need a bike or use a bike for its purpose. So gradually we get people to donate bicycles as and when. So when we gather enough, we choose which area we think needs this, and then we ride there.
Can you remember your first bicycle?
My first bicycle was bought for me by, well, my first bicycle that I owned was bought for me just when I started cycling by Don Vici, the boss of the Gladiators Club. But until then, as a kid growing up, my dad didn't buy me a bicycle because we had other priorities than buying bicycles around the house. But my neighborhood, I had friends with bicycles, so we were always riding. So Poppy no really buy we bicycle like that. My big bro, then he buy bicycles, so we get to ride them.
I've never heard you speak much about your dad.
That's my G still. I'm more of a mommy's boy, if you could say, because she was like my biggest fan. When this whole thing started, my dad wasn't a fan of the stage and the art. Even though he loved music, he played most of the music that I listened to in the early age. But because the space wasn't too sure of being lucrative or being, you know, if I may say, so he wasn't sure. So me and him didn't meet eye to eye for a few years, even though we all lived in the same house. Sometimes I would just be lurking around till he leaves before I feel free around, because when he sees you, he wants to watch you and why your hair is bushy and all of those stuff. So we didn't really get along for a few years, but he's my guy. I mean, later on I understood what he was doing, and then when I proved what I was doing on TV, that also made him kind of relax, to the extent that when I came on TV and I didn't have money, because I was on TV with no money, that time, then I was comfortable to sometimes say, you know, then I could do the same thing with mom as well, you know. So they were supportive until the big bang came in.
What did he have other dreams for you? What did he want you to do?
He wanted me to pursue the academic dream that I had, because I've always wanted to be a lawyer. I've always, you know, wanted to do that. And my siblings have done the degrees, you know, so when I did high school, he expected that I just go straight into uni. But then the art took me, and I just wouldn't go to uni. You know, I remember I didn't write some of the papers when I was doing my SSC. So my big brother came back from.
Which one didn't you write?
I think I skipped maths, and then something else. It was 2 papers. So I had to go remedials. My big brother came down and then forced me, paid money. I went to remedials, and then I corrected those. I think that's how come I was able to get back into school in recent times when I wanted to. So I would say I appreciate that. I was pushed to actually complete that whole SS thing. Yeah.
When you look back to the days before the Big Bang, as you just said, what surprises you about those days?
Well, people and how they relate to you when they don't know what you have, they don't know anything about you, and how they suddenly swish when you become important in the room. You know, I know people that we used to sit in the same bar with when I had finished high school and we're just chilling, that wouldn't care. Even when you're freestyling, they wouldn't care, you know. And then those same people switched and became like your biggest advocates and biggest fans, and then they would be making the loudest noise about you when you became what you were, you know, pushing and pursuing. So it's just, that's the funniest part. I realized that people would only appreciate and embrace you when they see substance. Otherwise, it's just any other person in the room. Yeah.
I remember those days. I used to hear you featuring on so many people's songs.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt I knew what this man was doing. It's just you're riding the wave of others who are already there. Was it a deliberate thing?
Yeah, it was a conscious decision to get my voice heard. That was probably my Twitter because there was no internet to do the art like that with. There was nothing like social media, so it wasn't that easy to just become a sensation. So I realized that my voice was being sought after, and I said, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll just put my voice on people's tracks. They will shoot the videos, they will get the radio airplays, and then my voice will be heard, and then people will know about me. And then eventually, when I get the chance to record my own album, I'll put my own songs out. So I go to studio and I get inspired by your song that you called me to come and do, and then I write on the spot. So that's how I used to.
On the spot?
Yeah. Because around that time, we didn't even have how to share music like that, unless you come and take a CD, go home and play it in the thing, and you're not trying to. Yeah, so I also liked the spontaneous and on the spot vibe, because it's just nice. So it gave me the chance to keep my art and keep them, but then feel free and just express on people's songs however they drove me. So it also made me versatile. It made me kind of all over the place.
Of the song, and this is like asking which is your favorite child amongst all your children, but which of your songs they move you right now?
Right now?
Yeah, man.
Oh, right now. Well, how would I? Charlie, the song's plenty.
Plenty.
Yeah. So every song has its mood. Every song has its. You yourself, So I think right now, the last time there was a big song would be my own, which is I think about 4 or 5 years old, but the people haven't exhausted it yet. So I think that would be my last one.
And I think it's like a wedding favorite. That I hear a lot at weddings. Yeah, I like that Kinky and Paposhito vibe there.
The grinding.
The grinding, yes. Yeah. On different levels. Can we take my own and this grind and Paposhito and for Samini in the house? Your comments on 055-556-1034. It's a pre-Father's Day vibe right here on GTV Breakfast with Samini. My own.
You make me wanna rearrange the alphabet. So I
Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show. Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show.
Iris passed on. The great Sonny Bali.
Yeah.
What did he mean to you?
That was like, he's like our father, if I would say, even though we were just about 3-4 years apart in terms of age. Sonny, I would say, and I always said this in interviews before he even passed, that he saved me from the street a very long time ago. Because, you know, if you would recall, I was saying when we would freestyle in the bar, we used to always hang out in the bar, drink, and just freestyle on any beat, any loud music, whatever. So that was like me, that was my go-to, because there was no studio to accommodate anything you were doing, because you don't have, we used to call them producer, executive producer in that sense. You don't have anybody to come and pay for studio. So one hot afternoon, this is me at Gold House, drank off free beer from one burger, and so freestyle, and then Sonny walks in, because he had come to check Nana King at Ashanti International, walks in, hears my voice, and says, come. Walks across the road, across the market road with me, then we walk. So while we walked, I knew he was taking me to the studio, because I know he comes from Ashanti International. So while we walked, he just told me, oh, I don't want to ever see you shouting like that in the bar. So where we're going, I'm going to introduce you to someone, and from anytime you feel like this, go inside there. So from that day, anytime I would sit at Gold House, drink 1-2 beer and feel anyhow, I'll just walk straight down to Nana King's house and just go vibe. And Nana King also embraced me, gave me like his home, because, you know, I also kind of, if you know how to wash your hands, you can eat with the elderly, right? So I also kept my cool and made sure I got all that I could from there. So if anything at all, Sonny's touch, and then also he heard my tone, and he also was on that same tone of voice. So he told me, he went back to London, and they ever needed anybody to do anything like what he does. This is an example of what he does, a younger version. So then the chance came for Mary Japon's second single after Adidede. That's Pino Bremi. And then lo and behold, I was home, and then Kwame G comes all the way down there with Akoko. He came and told me, yo, someone's looking for you. I come in as Mary Japon's executive producer. He says, Sonny Bali says, a certain Batman is in this house, rare, boom, bang. And then there was my first ever TV video, like appearance on TV. You know, I had to go get a quick braid on, get a quick look. They gave me someone's oversized suit from the newsroom, so I would look like I'm a big man. Gave me some shades, and that was how we did Pino Bremi video.
Which station? GTV?
TV3.
TV3. Okay.
So that was what was his name? Was he Curtis? Yes. So Curtis was the guy, and then we did that. That was my first appearance, and that's actually the first time my dad saw me on TV, because after that video was ready, it was Iso Pele's show coming up. So I told the whole family, my video is coming up. So this is the first time the family would actually sit down and see what I've been about all these years, why my hair has been like that, and all of these things. My dad knew to spend the same time with me in the same space. So dad sits down, everybody sits down, video comes up, my voice comes, and then the song is over. My dad will ask me, so that was you, that was your voice? I was like, yeah. Because the way the thing was, I wouldn't rehearse in front of him.
So he didn't know?
Yeah, they would brand you, say you're crazy or something, because with a shout, the rehearsal, we raga you, they do, you know? So I just kept it away from him. He didn't know what it was. So when he saw it for the first time, from that day is when I could say, Beka Krama Mememfa Kromumra or something, because we needed to get by before the.
And so Sonny is the genesis of all that.
Yes. R.I.P. Sonny. I was on the phone with his mom yesterday, you know, and yeah, it's a big blow. Things like this, it's hard to just express it in on social media and all of those things, and then just go. I mean, I don't even know how to put myself into making a tribute song. It's bigger than that. Like, to me, what has happened. Sonny should rest in peace. I know, my brother's been through a lot, but in the final days, he had switched towards the Bible and just towards, we even thought it was a joke. We were laughing about it when Dilove came down, Dilove and Nash came down, and we were, you know, vibing, and they were telling me, right now your brother, he say Bible or he say church. I laugh. We were actually saying, I'm wondering what plan he's taking. I know, like, you know, so we were just laughing. But then eventually when this happened and his mom sent me videos of when they were like, they would go to church and when he would sing in church and stuff, I saw how serious it had gotten before he finally passed. And it's shocking to me that that actually happened. You know, it's a big blow to me as a person, to the industry, because Sonny never really gave us his full potential in music, because I know what he has, I know what he can do. There's a lot of material we recorded that's still on the computer. I hope his label puts out something. Yeah, Bright and the crew, them Bad Habits, yeah, Broys, team up, put out something. Yeah.
He meant a lot to you.
Yeah, yeah. That was my brother, you know. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to see in that. Yeah. Yeah. I tell the man, say, yeah, when you get to London, don't worry, I'll come. Because he used to take me to shows, take me backstage, whatever. Even his group were trying to fight him, saying, "What, are you trying to bring a new member of the group or what?" So like, yeah, we would do that diplomatically. He would always pass me the mic, I'll do something. So before he would go back to London, I told him, yo, I don't have a passport, I don't have a visa, I don't have anybody in London, but I tell you, the music will bring me. Yeah, and then we did Zaza, Suja, all of that, Trinity, and then we ended up in London the first time. Sonny saw me there. Yeah, that's the flashback. That's just messing me up right now. You know. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just flashback that's messing me up right now. Yeah. He saw me and said, "Hey, Kohima, Okachire me say Obeba, Waba." Oh, a hard guy. Embraced me. You know, the energy, yo, it was just different because I hadn't seen him from when he left. When he left, I actually stole a picture of his from Nana King's house and took it home because that was the only memory I would have of him. We didn't have social media, none of that stuff. So I took a picture of him, went and kept it in my stuff. So every time I would just say, I know, yeah, my brother's all right, you know. I didn't have anything before he left, but I told him I'll go blow and I will come London with the music. So when I got there, after my 2-week visa, Sonny is telling me, don't tell me you're trying to stay here. Me, I'm from here and I was brought back here. You became a star in Ghana and you came here to sing. Back here all the time. If you stay here, you'll become like everybody else. And if I will quote him, he says, you don't want to be on the public transport with your fans. You don't want to be on the bus with your fans. You don't want to be on the train with your fans. Not now. And that's how we move around here. So I came back, and that same week, Linda took off. Linda had taken off, and Abeku Santana had already started playing it on radio because they had leaked. So I was being pushed to come back to pursue that or stay in London, find pounds, and bring it home. You know, because everybody at that age in Dansoman would want to go out there and hunt. So the whole thing is get a visa. Once you get that and you're out there, yeah, it's over. You come back as a bugger. So it was weighing between be a bugger or go back. Sonny's like, go back before this visa runs out, because it runs out, you're illegal here. See, this is me and him. We were not social media. Nah, it's family. It's brethren. Blood. Yeah, he would be with me on road when I'm in London doing shows. He would be there, not pre-ing the space, just there with me backstage. Not even trying to be on stage. There with me in the hotel, there with me in the car, doing stuff, but not pre-ing the space. That's just, yeah. I'm sorry, I have to go into that.
No.
Maybe you take me go there.
We did that together. They affect me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Sonny Bali.
R.I.P., bro. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to play this one just to remember him.
Yes, yeah.
Coming live from the capital. This is the Breakfast Show.
Perfect piece. Meant a lot to Samini, as you can probably know. You're watching GTV Breakfast. My name is Kafui. My guest is musician. That's how he describes himself. But he's also a farmer and a student. And I'm taking some messages now from Facebook. Fideli Love Agbeke says, what course are you offering at the university, and how do you manage school life with marriage and work?
Thank you. I'm doing project management.
Okay.
Yes. The dream is to go to law school if I make the grade. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing project management for my first degree because I didn't do uni after high school.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what level are you at now?
I'm in level 300.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
How's it going?
Great so far.
It's good?
Yeah.
Do you come to class with your bodyguards?
No. I mean, for the past 3 years, I've gone to school mostly on a motorcycle.
Okay.
Mostly on a motorcycle, because that's how I beat the traffic from East Legon to Gimpa. I mean, it's easy and quick. So I don't go to school to like try be anything else but a regular student. And me and my classmates are just like any other regular class. It's the best thing that happened to me, and I'm happy I went back.
What's your inspiration?
I told myself I'll go back to school before age 40, and then I closed my eyes, opened my eyes, and I was 38. So I said, yo, it's time. And then Kokoveli picked up a form and told me, Ima, you can see a school, me start you, my game performs, no. You want them in Febimau. Like joke, he picked a form for me, I filled it, and then we started. Yeah, so Kokoveli inspired me to start, because he had started.
So
we're on the same level, we're in the same class actually.
Okay, same project
Same
management.
course, yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right, so same discussion group?
No. Sometimes it's just, yeah.
Okay, more messages on Facebook. Somebody says this, looking great. What's your general view on student politics in Ghana?
Well, I didn't know much about student politics in Ghana until just this past week, where I realized that it's quite intense, and it's something that when you want to delve into, you have to be ready for all the bashes, like what it is like on mainstream politics. So I think it's quite interesting, and it's more of a preparatory stage for anybody that wants to enter into mainstream politics, to get to, get some sort of orientation, get to know what the terrain is like, and the ins and outs, and the little backdoor stuff, and all of that. You will hear and see stuff.
And you want to be SRC president at Jimpa?
Yeah. I'm inspired to lead my year and my generation on campus from where it is now to greater heights before I leave school. And I know that with what I have achieved for myself on the side and what I've been able to achieve on campus with the help of Gimpa as an institution, I can bring a lot of change in the current situations on campus in relation to student issues. I have put my ear on the ground, and I've watched as well, and I know that there's plenty things that students need done. And the institution, being a private institution, can only run on profit or loss. So we would need benevolent institutions to come on board to support. And in my capacity as an artist and an entertainer, and what I am used to in terms of soliciting funds to support projects, I know what I can do if I take charge and sacrifice myself or bring myself to serve and be part of how we can raise more than the institution alone could have or would have with, quote unquote, someone who is not that loud on the social media space. So I'm just saying that with any project that has been lined up from the past administrations to what I am witnessing now, I know everything has to do with funding. Everything has to do with budget. And sometimes when I see the budget that they are claiming it would take for SRC Week to happen, and the fact that it still hasn't been able to happen, or it still couldn't happen because of budgetary constraints, I feel like if I am in charge, this is just minor. To have dealt with across the country, to have been MTN ambassador for years, to be the current ambassador for FBN Bank, to be part of like so many different philanthropical ventures that makes me able to have the vim to go knock doors. I think I will be able to make a huge change.
Before no campaign, it looks like cool job for you.
No, that's what some people think, and I think that's a mistake that if you're a politician, you would make if you assume that people love you and people think you're cool, so they will just vote for you. If you say you're doing politics, you have to be seen on the ground doing politics. So since this is students' politics and you have to campaign, you have to go and campaign. Last night after class, I was around the students' hostels, knocking on, engaging people personally, because we have evening school and we have morning school. There's people that haven't even seen me on campus before,
to get them all,
but they know we're there. So I'm just trying to reach out to everybody, so they know I'm actually serious about it. It's not like somebody they try force me, or somebody they try push me, say go do this, go do that.
Because of your popularity.
No, guys, I want to use what I have and what GIMPA has given me to make GIMPA better before I leave.
It's a big question from Monica Nuvo. What can we do as a nation to change the suffering of the youth?
I think the youth should go into agriculture, like I said in my Twitter space the other time. Youth should go into agriculture. Ghana is blessed with abundant land and rain. We have no excuse to not go into agriculture. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, 50% or more of youth who are in Accra have families who have lands that are good for tilling and good for agriculture, if I would say. So if you're listening to me today and you have land at home that can do some sort of farming, anything at all, you should start now. And then look into what's exportable. Look into the things that people are spending money on to buy, so that your type of farming would make economic sense to you. If you're not just farming to feed yourself, look into what to do, what type of pepper you'll be farming, because certain peppers are taken outside of Ghana, some are eaten locally. What type of fish you want to rear if you're doing fish farming. What type of sweet potato you want to plant if you're doing sweet potato, because there's some that's used for puree to make bread. People don't know that. So if you're doing tilapia, what type are you doing? So then once you start agric, now you look into what will make economic sense if you delve into it. Do you want to do cashew? Yeah, go into it. Do you want to do coconut? I did some coconut this year, actually. I started some coconut, a few acres, but I'm aiming at doing like thousands and thousands of acres. Because I just learned that coconut takes 2 to 3 years to mature. And from that time, about 50 years to just keep plucking.
Long-term investment.
Yes. So imagine if you have like 10,000 acres of coconut and you use maybe a space of 5 years to plant this. From that time going,
you're gone.
You're gone. So if you have land back home, start thinking agric, so that if you do that, that will start to feed you. That's my advice for the youth.
Apart from coconut, what else are you into?
Oh, I'm into animal farming, and I'm into crops and stuff. Okay. So everything. This year I'm actually doing plenty acres of corn because there is a lot of rain. So I'm doing plenty corn because I want to do poultry in maybe next year or something. But the problem here is feed. Feed is one of the main issues with the poultry farmers, even though the profit margin is still good, regardless of how expensive feed gets. But to be on the good side, you have to now look into how you have your feed supplement or your feed subsidy in your own way. So I'm planting what will make me have a bank of feed before I even have my first 1,000 birds. So I'll just feed them before anything else. Another rainy season, you say I have more feed in the back then. So I don't worry about that.
Okay. We're going to take calls for Samini 054-366-4264. 054-366-4264. And I'll read some of your WhatsApp messages as well. And then just a couple of, your timeline is very interesting. And people keep asking the same questions. What happened between you and Stoneboy? Are you tired of that question?
Yeah, I am tired of that question. Me and Stoneboy are good.
You're good.
We're good. We're family, you know.
Yeah, I heard family life happened and we embrace all positivity henceforth. Yes. That's what you tweeted.
Yes.
Okay. When you say family life, what do you mean?
When you're family, issues happen. You don't agree every day. In one house, one can be Barca, one can be Chelsea. You can have heated arguments and people will get offended by utterances that you would want to take back or you would be pushed to take back.
Right.
So, in that respect,
family happened.
We know they take him so high.
At all. But we take Ibrahim call very seriously because he's on the line. Ibrahim, good morning.
Good morning.
Salam alaikum. You've got Samini. What do you want to ask him?
Okay, good morning, Samini.
Good morning, Ibrahim. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Nice.
Okay, Samini, my question is, do you regret campaigning for this government?
For this current government?
Yeah.
No regrets.
Okay. Why? Considering the current hardships in the country, what do you regret?
No regrets in the sense that people have choices, and if you make a choice, you make a choice. And in this political space, in this democratic era, you would either belong to one or the other. And I would say that in my opinion, if I vouch for something or if I say I support something, I would only be able to make assessment at the end of the day. So in the middle of things, I can't really make assessments and all of a sudden say I regret. But what I can say though to you is that I am aware of the hardships. I go through it myself. I know how much it used to cost me to fill the tank of my car, and I know how much it costs now to do the same in just a space of a few months. I feel it too, bro. So it's not like I'm going to sit here and be a hypocrite and say what I said was going to be good is good. I listened to policies, ideologies that I thought made sense, that I thought resonated with how I wanted things to go and how people where I'm from would benefit, because my parents are from one of the most remote parts of the country, Upper West region. Right. I was born in Accra, but my soul, my spirit wanted to get better.
Okay.
So if I would hear policies and things that I think would make things better from where I come,
all right,
I would go for it. But in the middle way now, I don't know what to say until the end.
Okay. We'll take the next caller, Samini, for Samini. Hi, good morning, welcome. You're on GTV Breakfast. Who are you, please? Is that Albert?
Alfred.
Alfred, greetings. Samini, what do you have to ask him?
Morning, Alfred.
Samini.
Yes, sir.
Samini, Alfred Benson, Jake's brother.
Yeah, hey, Alfred.
Hey,
Canada. What's up?
Hey, I remember the times you spent in Canada.
Yes, bro.
Don't say that when you get up. Tell them. I know how you hustle. How you guys have grinded to get where you are.
Yeah, Alfred. You have some of the real stories, man.
Oh yes, I have part of your story.
Yeah. Yo, how's everybody?
Everybody was cool. Jake, nice. I just spoke to Jake. I told me on air, I'm watching you.
Nice.
Opportunity, I'll call and talk to you, bro.
Nice.
Thank
you, boss. Thank you, boss. Me and Jake were talking about some solar stuff, so we'll speak about it when I come.
There are things. I'll talk to you. I'll call you later.
All right, bro.
All right,
nice.
A brethren from way back.
Yeah, from way back.
In the Canada days.
Yeah, him and his brother actually promoted a tour for the Trinity in Canada.
Okay.
Myself, Kokoveli, Kekefosu. So we did Toronto, Montreal, and Ottawa.
Oh, nice, Canada.
So yeah.
Okay. I saw a flyer going around for you for some Yankee pre-sec event. Is it real?
Yeah,
it's real.
Yeah.
Okay.
That thing. Yeah.
Nice
I'll
one.
pass through.
054-366-4264. We have Samini in the house. I'll be reading your WhatsApp as well. Don't be worried at all. We've got a caller, Nat Takradi, Tadi. Enter the studio.
Hey, what's happening there?
Charlie, what's happening, Tadi? Azi. Charlie.
Yeah. The name is Nash, N-A-S-H, and I'm talking from Takradi.
Yes, man.
Nash, SDNA.
Sammy, Charlie, from day back. I've really followed you from childhood, and you are always my man. You have been my man. wherever you go, I try to follow you. I just saw the message on Facebook and I said, hey, I just have to tune in fast and watch this interview with Samini. And I am so much impressed this morning. What can say more? What can say more to look at that question I did with the current situation of the country. Very intelligent answer, and I'm so much impressed. Yamin Shrao, the original so pretty time I say Samini next up to date. Indeed, you are my king when it comes to music. I love you so much, Daddy. God bless.
Thank you very much.
All right, keep those coming in 054-366-4264. I'm going to leave Samini now and go to the WhatsApp console, but I still did here. All right, I'm reading a message here from Priscilla Tar. Greetings and happy Father's Day to the great Samini. Kafi, please tell Samini I got suspended from college because of his show at the Tamale Sports Stadium. That's how far I can go to show my love for him. Let's suspend somebody because of you. This is Priscilla. What do you want to tell Priscilla?
Oh, Priscilla, I beg. Next time, get the right exit. I beg.
Get the right exit. Samini, just say, Jano, respect Samini. You are my lyrical boss forever. Santino says so.
Blessed.
All right,
Santino.
Blessed. One love, Santino. We've got Benjamin on the phones. Benjamin, hi. Samini is on the line. Speak to him.
Okay.
Yes, Ben.
Samini, good morning.
Greetings, Ben. How be?
I'm fine, and how are you?
Blessed.
No, okay. Today is the first time me speaking with you live like this.
Achisa.
What I want to tell you is that I'm happy you are attending that school that you are attending. And I like your maturity, the way you matured. I really, really love it. True, I don't like too much music and so on and so forth, but I like your maturity and I like your idea. Whatever you stand on with your feet, make sure you are there. Don't say because this one loved me to say this or this one loved me to love that, so I may sway myself. So you will end up becoming a hypocrite and you will not achieve what you want to achieve in life. And as the SRC president, you are already there, inshallah.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. 055-556-1034. We're live on Facebook, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Follow and see the stream for yourself. Good morning, Yao Puni says. Good morning, my regards to legend, Mr. Emmanuel Andrews. Samini is behind numerous timeless hits. Sujen, Aife Noche by King David, Kangaroo by Tic Tac, My Baby by Madfish, MPA by Back. So many. So me salute you, Ayman. Yao Puni Mozato says, upcoming artist from Whole Volta. I'm learning a great lesson from the legend Samini this morning. Hope to meet him one day. GTV, you need his personal number. You get this a lot, right? Yeah. What's your response? What's your favorite response?
Achisa.
You know what? Free advice. Just do a remake of one of his songs and tag him.
Yeah.
It may get him to take notice.
Yeah.
Right? That's simple. Or not so.
Yeah, of course.
Remake the song and tag him.
That's how most of what I share happen. When they try and do maybe a rendition of something I've done before, it gets my attention to stuff they do. And then if you're that talented, then I push you to do more of your thing.
That's it.
And then we go.
That's the way to go. Hello GTV, Abdul Aziz watching in Savannah region. We love you so much. Greet our legend Samini. We love his music here. You're not the only one. We love him all around the country. I was in level 300 evening class at Jimpa and I walked out for lecture break one day and I saw Samini. I was stunned. For a man who seemed to have achieved everything, kudos. My regards to Lyrical. More messages 055-556-1034. Please, greetings to Kokovelli, close friend of Dansuman. Somebody wants to know what happened with you and the security man. The news for some ID card business. You apologized for it. But they want to know whether you've gone to apologize to the security guy.
I'm trying to find him.
Okay.
So by all means, I'll find him.
Okay.
It's exam week, revision week, and campaign week as well. So I've been very, very,
so many
tight.
things are happening.
But
if
that
you want
idea,
full story, go to his timeline. Everything is there. All right. Okay. 055-556-1034. You guys are just giving me more messages. Kafi, please, good morning. Chief from Ofanko Barre, please. I'm also a musician. Please tell Samini I want to give him one nice song. He should call my number, please. Good morning.
Your idea. Space. We'll do Twitter space. I have a tag called Samini Listens.
Okay.
And I'm creating something for up and coming artists to come and share their songs. Like how DM Watches shared his track the other day. So come and play a few songs. Everybody have about 2 minutes to share something. The most catchy track of the day, I'll probably do like a verse for you on it, or I'll see how we can get it heard.
That's it.
So that space is coming for all of you guys.
Nice one. Using tech as a place for you to do your thing. There was a message from somebody who wanted to know how you can promote more musicians from Upper West region. What's your take on that?
Well, I've been trying that because I recently started going home, you know, a lot, and I've identified a lot of talents back home. I actually recorded a cypher with some of the boys that I'm here to put out, but I have plans of, you know, every now and then putting out something amazing from there. But I keep telling them, yes, I understand you're doing Afrobeat, you're getting inspired by what's going on in the capital and beyond, but what draws me is the Dagati and the Wala that I didn't get because I was born in Accra. So that's when I come, that's what I kind of look for, the roots. Urban, and I appreciate it too. Like big up Ratty, big up Gali, big up the rest of the squad, you know? Yeah. Big up G-Dog. Yeah.
Somebody wants to know whether
you see the names for the top there.
G-Dog. Serious, man, serious. Somebody wants to know whether you speak any Dagati.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. In your Dagari, ayala wale ming. Sisala yo mamba yala.
One time.
Checking ayala no woman.
One time. One time is a repeat of the show, 11 p.m. Repeat, you can get a big up. Samini, he's a proud member of the Gladiator Cycling Club. Yes, he told us about it. Samini, I like your outfit. This is LC from Matayeko. I think Samini needs to be in parliament because he's too intelligent. Is that a big time plan?
It's part of the plan.
It's part of the plan?
Yes.
President one day?
Yes.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? What would be your big signature achievement if you did one term of President Samini? What would you want to see at the end of that one term?
The president used agriculture to change his country.
Okay, agriculture. All right, I love Samini. That's his message. People are just clapping. Please tell Samini he has one more fan. To the many, from the street to the academics. Kudos. Thank you very much, Detective One. Good morning, Kaf. Samini is very brilliant. I really love his answers about the hard economy, that the youth should get involved in agric. I really learnt a whole lot. I've been listening to Samini way back from his Batman days. He's my man. This is the music from KK alongside Batman, alongside Tiny Moses Kasua. Good morning, GTV. I really love how Samini is highlighting on agriculture, especially engaging the youth in agriculture. Keep them coming in. Good morning, GTV. Please help me wish my brother happy birthday, Reginald Samuel, now who works with Gazes, Wendy's, Hughes and Co. from Nanaje. Thank you so much. I like that. I always tell people that there are only 2 channels in Ghana, GTV and the rest. You are trying to con me to read your message. I've read it. Well, I love you plenty, Mama Lizzie. Make sure boy view. Okay, thank you so much. So many messages here. My heart and soul wants Upper West to do well. Samini just said, please, what is he doing to impact the lives of the youth in his home region? He spoke a little bit about the music project that you are thinking of doing. And yeah, so those are...
I actually farm back home too.
Like you farm back home?
I do a lot of, acres of whatever it is that we grow back there. So a lot of people, a lot of local people work on my farms too.
Okay. There was one on the Twitter space you were speaking about it's time that probably you need to sit down. Those of you who voted, who threw support behind the president, to sit down and talk about this cathedral thing.
Yeah, not just the cathedral. Basically, the current state of things, and the fact that people meet us and express to us in person what's happening. Some actually express to you with the tone of, you probably brought this on us.
Put the blame on you?
Yeah. Really? Some people would actually tell you that you are the reason why Ghana is suffering, because you are the one that told me to vote for.
They tell you that?
Yeah. Somebody will tell you, you did that. But if you're discerning, you just have to be able to decipher these things and just not get too much into it. So I believe that if people like us get the chance to get close and get to loud these things to him, I think it would help him make certain executive decisions and certain informed decisions, because there are people sometimes very close to him that could point certain things out, but maybe these things that will be pointed out would expose some of these people. So they would rather hush it and give big man the impression that everything is taken care of. So, because if you tell me the gutters are taken care of, I know they're taken care of because I know I have paid and I have approved that budget so that the gutters will be taken care of and the drains will be okay. If you tell me that, and there's nobody else coming from maybe the whistleblower angle to come and tell me that The people no do the gutter. I wouldn't know. And then eventually floods will happen. Whose fault is it? The guy between me and Daddy who approved the budget didn't do something. Unless, of course, Daddy didn't approve the budget. But if indeed he did, and something has to be done right, then from engineering to construction to planning to everything, I was asking myself, who has been thinking for us? You know, if I was in school in Mataeko when in 1997, 98, 99, that Kaneshi Street used to flood. Yep, 2022, it's still flooded. Adabraka is flooded when the Odor drain is the biggest drain. How is Adabraka flooded? Who planned the small drains that will lead the water into the big drain? How is Asylum Down flooded? When you have the Odor drain, something went wrong. Who has been thinking? Because end of the day, the executive will approve. So the middle belt, there's something wrong. So I'm trying to talk to the youth today, us that are coming. Change the narrative. If you find yourself in the space, that's why some of us have gone to school to be able to meet them halfway, meet them squarely, if I should say. So that those who are trying to paint a dirty picture about politics and politicians will be exposed, because there are very honorable politicians as well who are make sure the right thing is done. Otherwise, omompene.
I wish I could have this conversation over and over. To run out. Time is our greatest enemy now. I want to end with your Father's Day wishes for Father's Day that's coming on Sunday. What's your Father's Day wish?
Father's Day wish, I wish I would spend that day with my dad, so I'm hoping to get the chance to. But I wish all fathers and all men across the world a happy Father's Day, and keep doing what you're doing. I know the women know and they notice, but guess what? If Abedi Pele scores a hat trick, it's not a shocker because he can always score it. But if maybe a different thing happens in a different scenario, then you might say, hey, you are shocked. So men would always be men. If you pay the school fees, don't expect no fans for it. Achi.
And that is exactly my philosophy. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. But if the fans can, we'll take it.
Fans can, we take it.
We're not looking for the fans.
No, it's okay.
So we take our food like that, man. Session, man.
Same, boss.
One love.
Same. It's always a pleasure.
Some meaning. And from one great musician to another one who's making waves in the scene. Jackie up next with Valerie. We're giving you music more and more and more. Achi. Sa. One love.
Jackie,
For 2 years running, the MacDan Youth Connect Summit has brought together policy influencers to engage, design, and accelerate youth empowerment efforts at the national level while interfacing with youth from the various tertiary institutions across Ghana. The first and second editions, held at the University of Winnipeg and Port Technical University campuses respectively, were enormously rewarding. Are you ready for the third edition of the MacDan Youth Connect Summit? Then come and connect with #1 business philanthropist in Ghana, Dr. Daniel Macaulay at the UDS Multipurpose Auditorium in Tamale.
I heard he sold his family land to buy this car. Oh yes, 30 acres of land.
This year they were year. Star 500 has an aroma for a 30 common. A your transaction now. Use the more, Casa more, no blouse more. What's it to be in your Kenya? I think Kunim. I want to go so real. And that's it. Took me so. I bet me increasing my business. No. Oh yeah. Me the 81 and on the 8 year. Tell me your tickets. Number winning sir. Mama go back. I am on the cocoa. I am cook. I could not the penny hips. Galino, it's well, big boy. Am I? Abby, to go on so.
1 week later.
Dial star 500 hash now. Meet your weekly 80 money, calls, and data targets to win your share of the over 1 million Ghana cedis cash prizes up for grabs.
I tried to go no. My.
Hi. And so, yes, from one musical conversation to another, from a legend to another legend making. Guys, on the yellow couch, I have the songbird. The songbird, aka Jacqueline Champon, aka Dancer, and she's on my set, guys, and we can't wait to get to know her. And you can get to do that through our WhatsApp number and 05555-61034, or switch over to our Facebook, where we are very, very active. Look for the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, and you can send all your comments to Jackie on there. Also on Twitter. If you look for the hashtag GTV Breakfast, you find us, and that's where to connect with Jackie. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Flip the music. Na 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 na.
Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show. Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show. Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show. Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show.
Right, guys, like I promised, and from the video you've seen, I have an amazing talent in studio. Hey, Jackie.
Hi,
welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to GTV Breakfast. Let me call you Songbird for the purposes of this. I laughed up, by the way. Why did you call yourself Songbird?
My manager actually gave me that name. I mean, birds sing beautifully, and I sing beautifully as well. So it makes so much sense to call me the Songbird.
Okay. So let's conversing with you before we came on air. There's this thing that I think we need to clear. Everybody, almost everybody in Ghana thinks that Bisa Kade, right, Jackie, for her. But speaking to Jackie, Jackie is a songwriter, and she says she writes her songs herself. Jack, maybe you want the whole Ghana to hear. Is it Bisakedia who writes your songs for you?
No, which one is the camera? Because this one I want to look. I want to look at them directly in the eye.
Look into that camera.
Yes. So my name is Jackie. I'm a singer and a songwriter. Ever since my first song came out, I have written every single song that has come out myself. I've been seeing it online, Lord, that Bisakede is my ghostwriter. He's somebody that I actually love his music, and he's one person that actually trusted my sound from the beginning. So I respect him for that. But this whole statements going around, people saying he's the one that writes my music, or I'm trying to copy him or something like, no. All of that is very false. I write my own songs, and that's just about it. So please stop that.
And that's it. You heard it from the songbird herself. She writes her own song. Jackie, do you get it that people are coming at you and people say that, oh, you're riding on your dad's fame? Jackie's dad is Nane Champon, a legendary high life singer, by the way, if you don't know. Do you get that as well? And what's your response to that?
Yeah, I get that a lot, and I mean, when people say some things like that, it's quite normal. But one thing is, when I even started doing music, I never openly spoke about my dad until the artwork for my seed EP, my first project, came out, and a lot of people were actually surprised when they noticed that my dad was actually a legend. So you cannot put that together and then say I'm riding on his name, because I started the journey way before I brought it out that he was my dad.
Right. And so you're a fresh young talent in the music industry. Tell us about your short entry into the music industry. How did Jackie become Jackie? You just blew up. Like, we just saw you one day and boom, you were in our faces, and we loved you. So tell us how you became Jackie.
Yeah, right. So the thing is, I've actually been in town for a minute.
When you say a minute?
Yeah, as in, like, most people heard of me so much after the Seed EP dropped, but before the Seed EP, there were also a few people that knew me for Never Like This, Control, Love Is Pretty, all those songs. And so I was working like really, really hard, sleepless nights. And one thing that I would say is my journey started in 2019 with a record label, Flip the Music, which is run by my manager, Electro Mirror. And it hasn't been an easy journey, I wouldn't lie to you, because as at that time, I was a student. I literally graduated last year. So I was combining school and then music, and it was so tough for me. It was really tough, but I'm very glad that I've been able to conquer all of that. And look at me now.
And look at you now, Jackie. Yeah. Can you do your song? Everybody, well, most people fell in love with that song.
Yeah.
And we fell in love with it more after a remake. But Jackie, let's have you. I mean, you're so soft-spoken, guys. It's amazing. Let's have you do the song that Ghana came to love you for. Never Like This, yeah, but what we really came to love you. I'm tempted to sing.
I was actually going to say I'll sing the verse and you sing the chorus and the
Don't do that to me. Don't do that.
Yes, I'm just going to give them a short spice of it. So, when they all said I can't have you, I proved them wrong. I came for you, any weather, any mood too. Oh my, you know what still come through. What? Give me love.
Forever. Oh no, I did it that fast, guys.
I got you, yeah.
And so this is Jackie. How do you keep up with all your seniors, for lack of a better word, in the music industry, especially the females in the music industry? Do some of them see you as a threat? Do you find them as a threat? Do you find them inspirational? Tell us how you relate with your seniors, if I'll call them that.
Yeah, I'm actually really cool with most of them. And anytime that I bump into any of my seniors, the females outside, the love that they give me is very, very intense. Sometimes I even get surprised. They're always excited to see me. I'm also always excited to see them. And I get inspired by these people. So meeting them, or even online, sometimes I even get messages from people that I look up to, and it serves as a motivation for me. If the people that like started everything you for what you're doing, then you should know that you're on the right path.
Right. Talking about people commending you, people who are in the business commending you for what you're doing, how does your dad feel about Jackie, his daughter?
He's so happy. He's very happy that someone in the family is taking like the steps that he took some time ago, and he's really rooting for me. He's a fan of my music. He's been so supportive, and so he's very proud of me, and I'm very glad that I actually made him proud.
Okay, right. And then you didn't switch sides, but then you waded swiftly into the Nigerian music industry, brought Nigerian artists here, and hey, Jackie, overnight, Jackie blew up in Nigeria. You mentioned something that people only saw you when your song became a hit, but you had been working. Is it the same? Were you working silently in Nigeria in the music industry? How did that? How did you connect with them?
Yeah, so I went to my first time in Nigeria was when I went to promote the song Forever. I went to do a media tour after the song started doing so good in Nigeria. So I hadn't been there before the song blew. I went there after the song did, so that I could establish myself well. Get to talk to you in person and that. So I wasn't in Nigeria before the song blew. I went there after everybody there got to know of my sound.
That's in the question, because they wanted to go your way.
Did you envisage it would reach where it reached? Did you?
Yeah, I did, because it's a good song. So I knew maybe what I didn't expect was how quick it actually just went. But I knew that there would come a time where people would hear the song and they would definitely spread the word and everybody was going to hear about it. But the only thing that surprised me was how quick the song actually went. Yeah.
Okay, and then quickly you became a superstar, you became a sensation, wanted.
I'm trying.
You became a celebrity, a name wanted everywhere. You're still very young when it comes to the music industry. You're young as well when it comes to your persona. How are you dealing with all the fame? Is it too much?
It is, I'm not gonna lie to you, because sometimes I can be very hyper, but at times I always like to be in my own zone, very reserved. And so when there's so many eyes on you, it's quite uncomfortable. Do you understand? So there's the good sides of the whole people knowing you, and there's also the bad side. Everybody is trying to poke their nose into everything that's happening with you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, and I mean, the trolls, the criticism, but I've come to learn that it's something that it will never stop. So you have, so far as you're inside, you have to deal with it. Yeah.
Amazing stuff, Jackie. And you when you play live, you sound different than when you're in your tunes. I get that, it's something that they do. But do you voice train? Do you voice train a lot? How do you keep up in terms of training yourself as an artist?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I do, not all the time.
Professionally, do you have professionals coming in to train you? How do you do that?
Yeah, so one thing is I'm one person that I record in the studio a lot. Almost every time, if you're asking of where Jackie is, they're going to tell you she's in the studio. So I feel like it's one of the things that I would take that as a rehearsal. If every time I'm in front of the microphone, singing different notes, creating music, all of that, I feel like it's also a form of training my tone, training my voice. Yeah.
Right. And then where do you get your vibe from, Jackie? You're reading up on you, speaking to people about you. There's something about you that attracts. There's something about you, and that's called a vibe. So where do you get your vibe from? Is it from your dad? Where do you get it from?
I think I was born with it. So it's from my inner self, literally. Whatever that's inside of me is what I bring out to the people.
Amazing stuff. Righties. Did you always know, like you said, when you started singing and that, you didn't even let your family know? At what time in your age did you decide that I was going to come out as a singer, musician? At what time did you decide?
That was when I was in KNUST, I think second year. Yeah, I met a producer, the one that produced my first song. I met him on campus. And as at that time, I didn't know I wanted to do music as a profession. So I was literally just trying to record a song. And when the song came out, the response that I was getting from people, that was what it got to me that let me drop another song. Dropped another song, Never Like This, and that song did so good in Ghana. So many people wanted to know who actually sang that song, and I realized that I cannot stop. I just need to continue. So I started getting addicted, and then dropped so many songs after, then dropped the CDP, and then yeah.
Okay, so until you decided in uni that you were going to do music, what did you want to become, or what did your parents want
I
you
wanted to be an entrepreneur. I was studying international business on campus, so I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Okay. And then music fell in. Are you still going to pursue entrepreneurship alongside music, or music is going to be your one and only love?
I think music is the same. It's also a business. It's literally like this. It's quite similar to entrepreneurship. So whatever that I'm learning in school, and it's in the business side of the music.
Okay. And then someone whispered to me that you probably like working with Nigerian producers than Ghanaian producers. Is it true?
It's not true. I open my arms to every producer across the world. Wherever, every country I go to, I meet different producers. And I have like a lot of Ghanaian producers too that I work with. So yeah, just that most of the producers I work with, especially in Ghana, their names are not really out there, but they're actually known. Yeah, do you get it? So I don't just work with only Nigerian producers. I work with Ghanaian producers a lot. And my favorite producers are also from Ghana. So.
Okay, so that's another notion, that's another lie.
No.
Put it down, right. And now let's come to collaborations and features. If you were to pick a Ghanaian female artist to feature on your song, the one, who would be the artist for you?
I would want to work with Ifya.
Yes.
Yeah, I listened to growing up, so I'm looking forward to doing a song with her first. Yeah.
First, righty. Do you perhaps have the lyrics? Do you have the lyrics somewhere there?
No, I haven't cooked anything yet. Yeah, or anything. So we could definitely maybe end up in the studio and record something from scratch.
Okay. Now let's talk about your fashion sense, Jackie's out there. Do you have a stylist?
Yes, I do, and sometimes so I put my clothes together myself.
So what would you call your style? Afrocentric, Afrofusion, Afro-Ghanaian? What's your style?
It's Afrofusion. You can actually call it Afrofusion because I can dress anyway depending on the particular place I'm going to. I could look very like girly. I can look the way these people say I'm always wearing big trousers. Sometimes so I can dress like that. Sometimes so I can look very soft. So
yeah, like you're looking soft today. Now let's talk about awards. How many awards do you have for your career?
I have a couple. I haven't actually counted. I mean, it's not very like much because I literally just started, but I have a couple that I'm very honored that I actually do have.
Okay, and at the VGMA's Best Collaboration, how did you feel about that award?
I deserved it. No two ways about that. I deserved that category. I deserved all the categories. So I was happy that I got honored with one, and because Forever Remix did really good, and we can all testify to that. So I'm getting my flowers.
I like the vibe. So when Omale featured on your song, it blew in numbers, it blew by streams, and then also there were the rumors about you and Omale.
It's not true.
Did he have a crush on you?
No, nobody has a crush on anyone. We just did like some very good music, and yeah. Yeah, that's just it.
Oh, Jackie and the smiles. Okay. Now talking about things that are cooking. So Jackie's latest single, Something is out, guys. Something is out. But wait, let's tease our viewers and your fans first. Let's not let them get everything something yet. Let's watch that video of you and Omale. There's more to ask, Jackie. The smile that you were smiling behind there.
Oh, I mean,
stop. Okay, so my producer has listened to you and says stop. Okay, so guys, we are going to Something, and it's the latest Something. It's a Something for Lovers, and it's by Jackie. It's coming up now. It's a lyric video, actually, audio.
Oh,
it's not a video, guys. Yes.
It's like I'm walking far
Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show. Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show.
Something is out, something is out. What inspired something, Jackie?
The beat. The when I listened to it, I just knew how I wanted the song to go, or what I wanted it to be about. So this song is also a love song.
Yeah.
But as compared to my previous love songs, this one is actually a song you can dance to. Yeah, it's a song that you can hear at parties, clubs, anywhere that you go to, just to get on your feet.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Jackie is an amazing dancer, for those of you who do not know as well. And she put out a little dance video with Dance God Lloyd and his crew and on something. And so, yeah, that's something that's coming up on your screens too for your Friday.
It's like something doing me body, baby.
Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show. Coming live from the capital.
You asked people to rate your dancing skills. What were some of the comments you got?
Oh, everybody gave me 10 over 10, please.
You're feeling yourself, eh?
Yes,
feeling
I can
yourself.
dance,
Yes, you can. And then also, the guys are sending in their messages as usual, Jackie. What should they do with their messages? Should they keep their love letters? Should they keep them coming?
No, I like it. They should send it. I'll marry all of them. They should keep sending. I really love when people compliment me. Like, I blush a lot, so they should keep it coming.
Okay, so guys, yes, Jackie says keep it coming. Also, Jackie, how do you connect with your fans on social media? You're very responsive. You respond to people.
Yeah.
You're not very aloof. How do you manage that?
I try my best because sometimes you get paragraphs, like people send you long texts of them asking you why you're not responding to their messages, all of that. So every time I try my best, like sometimes I could literally just go on my DMs on Twitter, Facebook, Insta, Snapchat, and just like scroll and be replying. I try my best, but even with doing that, you still get messages from people and be like, oh, you don't interact with your fans. But I try my best. Sometimes I go live, I pick some calls on Instagram, I speak to them, and I actually do try my best.
Right. Amazing. So when are we expecting the video for something?
Yeah, so the music video for something has been shot already, and it will be out in a few days.
Okay, dokes, Jackie.
Yes, and I'm dropping. Everybody knows I have an EP that I've been working on for like the past 20 years. So that one is also in the pipeline. That will also come after something.
Right.
The EP is coming.
Okay, guys, and so go and stream Something Is Out by Jackie. It's something for the lovers, and Jackie has been our guest for the last part of the breakfast show. So yeah, guys, and so yes, Father's Day message, baby girl. Sunday's Father's Day. Sunday's Father's Day.
Oh wow. Happy Father's Day to every father and every potential father. Every potential father, and to my dad, I wish him a happy Father's Day as well. And I mean, just as mothers are doing good, the fathers are also supporting as well. So it's every dad watching, every dad out there. Please don't forget to wish your fathers happy Father's Day, because they also deserve the love as well.
And that was a beautiful Father's Day message by Jackie. Guys, this has been our show. You can catch a repeat of the show again at 11 p.m. on GTV. And if you go on Twitter, we are the GBC Ghana. On Instagram is GBC Online. On Facebook, we are the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. The hashtag to follow is GTV Breakfast. We'll see you again on Monday. Bye, guys.
This is the Breakfast Show.